Welcome to BreezeLine, where you'll say, ta-ta T-Mobile, because we've got more reliable home internet that's a whole lot faster. In fact, 10 times faster. No, seriously, because we have real internet backed by our fiber-powered network. And T-Mobile, well, they just have a 5G cellular network. So act now to get superior home internet. Find your perfect speed with prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 24 months. Terms and conditions apply. Go to breezeline.com to learn more.
This is Jordan Grace, and you're listening to the Social Suplex Podcast Network.
BWB, this is One Nation Radio. You better get it right. Rich Latta, James Boyd came to give them life. The Blackest Wrestling Podcast has come to kick all ass and drop it 6 feet if they kicking trash. Word, let me welcome y'all to something different. And if you dig it, man, you should let some friends listen. We be getting it in, this on the regular dude. Ravish and flow, but this shit rude. See, James don't rap, so I had to break it down. The whole network, man, we coming for the crown. Raps in the columns, I keep them both covered. Making the beats too, so the listeners can bump it. Hit us with the rating, yeah, I'm saying it's a 5. Before you hit it, talk, bob your head side to side. It's One Nation Radio, and this is the beginning. It's Rich, and I'm here with James. It's time to listen to One Nation.
We got to unleash the power of the pyramid.
This is Mike Sempervive from WrestlingObserver.com. Check me out on Wrestling Observer Live every day. And also check out your boys, Rich and James, on One Nation Radio.
This is Kenny Omega. We're listening to One Nation Radio. Check it out, guys. These guys know what's up. Big Kenny Omega fans. That's all it counts to me. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Hey, folks. Welcome to this week's edition of One Nation Radio. I'm James Boyd, who we have Rich Latta, and a special guest, Floyd Johnson Jr. of All Things Elite. What's going on, man?
Chilling, man. I'm chilling.
I fucked up. I should just let Rich say hello and then let Floyd get to it. So, Rich, go ahead. Get your two in and get the fuck out the way.
Oh, man, I'm chilling, man. We got a lot to talk about.
Cool. So now, Floyd, what's happening?
So you bring in the AEW guy to talk about WWE WrestleMania, so that should be fun.
I mean, to be fair, like if we were to,
I'm a everything guy.
Yeah, so. And especially like if we were to like look at the way people think about like the Social Suplex Network, or especially this show, they probably think this is 3 AEW guys talking about WWE. So it's fine. It's all good.
No.
It's all good.
No.
But do you want to give people your itinerary? Let them know what you're going through, or what you have on tap for WrestleMania week?
Yes, I am excited. I leave Thursday. I get into LA, rented a car, and I'm gonna brave the LA traffic because apparently Ubers and Lyfts get like stupid out there.
Yeah,
and
everything's
so fine. I am.
You got yourself some neutral colors, Floyd?
No, I don't. No, not at all.
I would not advise wearing none of those.
Well, actually,
family red, white.
As I say, actually, I'm just gonna look like.
Where does your grandmother say? Cuz
as I say, everything is gonna look patriotic because like everything I has is red, white. I got my pink FTR shirt, so.
Can I see the shoes?
Ball is my homeboy.
Can I see the shoes? Can you show the shoes for the stream, Floyd?
I don't know. Yes, I don't know if the light can see it. These are my red, white, and blue colors.
Lift it up just a little bit more.
I don't
know, bro.
I
don't know, bro.
You see, the thing is, like, these are the problems of going to LA as a black person, right? Like, you ain't got to think about this shit if you just if you ain't black. Yeah. This is only shit we got to deal with, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Fucked up.
Yeah, I am going to predominantly
look up at do not be looking up at the Hollywood sign for more than 5 seconds.
I will be predominantly where the Caucasian people are, so that works for me.
Look, you say that, and then I also heard you say something about Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles. We just saw a motherfucker get shot up for his chain out there like last year, right?
Look, yes, I did.
Chains.
Somebody pointed it out, and I'm going to that one. I'm going to that Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles.
Oh, just don't come out there looking like a meal. Just don't come out there looking like wealth. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna come out. Okay, so I'm gonna come out in my Under Armour Rock sweatpants and my Cody shirt and my and my slides. I don't think I'm going to be looking like Wealth. I don't think I've ever looked like Wealth. Ever.
I'm just saying. And you say you come out with a Cody shirt. Does that have red or blue on it?
Both. It has red, white, and blue, so it has both. So they kind of.
I don't know if that's gonna save you. Just like them shoes, same thing. that white is not gonna save you. Like we'll see. Oh, I don't want to say we'll see. So, I'm like, you fuck around and find out. I'm not mean that, but like. Just keep your eyes open. Just keep your eyes.
There's gonna be somebody that emerges with a story that's either a fan, that's a wrestler, something. And that stadium is in Inglewood. All right.
Like the thing that's always interesting for me is like you can say that about any WrestleMania like city. Yeah. Like where's the story of somebody that's does a show or whatever else getting fucked around and in the wrong side of town and anything like that. It's yet to happen. LA has a great chance for it to happen. It really does. Just like as much as any other place.
This is the one I didn't want to go to. I had no plans of going to WrestleMania. I was like, I was going to skip this one, go to Philly next year. I mean, this was the plan. And then my favorite wrestler, my favorite wrestler screwed it all up and won the Rumble. I was hoping for The Rock versus Roman so I could skip that shit because I had no interest in seeing that match. So I was happy. I was like, man, put Cody and Seth and whatever and makeshift match you were going to come in. Maybe it's a casket match or whatever. And I'll sit my ass at home and watch it. I had no plans. And then it was like, oh yeah, we're just going to put your favorite wrestler in the main event of WrestleMania.
Has there any chance that you've talked to Cody since
no.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say honestly, he doesn't talk to me. If he ever has a conversation, it's with the number one Tiffany. Like me and him. Yeah, I like. He says he knows me by my name. We always get the hug, all that stuff. But yeah, I'm a fan. Like she is the number one. She is. Okay. I'm the 2 and she the 1. You know what I mean?
So Seamus Nova says need Floyd to rock some sky blue merch. That is no, we do not need that.
I do not. I don't own no sky blue merch.
Yeah, Hey, Black Saber Jr. brings up a good point. WrestleMania is in LA. Does Floyd need to check in with the Bucks? I mean,
Then the pay times when they come to his area. You
got to pay tithes. You got to make sure you all right.
Are you gonna make a pilgrimage to Reseda?
I'm doing the
Are you gonna go to your pilgrimage?
I'm gonna see them Saturday. I'm doing the meet and greet with them. So or Friday or Saturday.
Lloyd literally checking in with the Bucks. I love it.
Yes, I gotta let them know. Like, hey, I just have to let them know when it comes to FTR and the Bucks, I am firmly in the middle. That is my number 1 and number 2 favorite tag teams. I think you can like both styles and not have to hate anybody. I'm just like, I'm a weirdo. And there's no side. Like my side is AEW. That's my side.
Well, I picked a side quite a while ago. And I know you guys loaded up this show and you see WrestleMania on this thing, but I'll be damned if I didn't hit the music to talk about Waka Tsukiyama. She's a goddamn winner.
Yes,
I didn't give a damn about no Nanae Takahashi and her tag team title. None of that. We don't get 1, 2, 3. We don't give a fuck about none of that. It's time. Waka, the winner. She's here. Do it for the city. New York. Stand up. The Queen of New York has arrived. You saw the gear. Orange and blue. Man, putting Nanae Takahashi's shoulders on the mat, rolled her up, treated her like a young girl.
All right,
the goddamn winner. I told y'all on this shit. I got the tweets to prove it.
Oh man, the walk, Black Saber Jr.
wasn't nobody going harder for Waka earlier than this show right here. Waka.
Oh man. What a journey. Like, where do you want to start with this? Do you want me to recap the entire story and then get to the match, or do you want to talk about just the match?
Look, I think here's the story. It has been over 2 years.
It's been close to 2 years. She showed up after the Grand Prix, like, so she showed up in like the maybe even the late summer, like August of 2021. She showed up.
This woman showed up, a god awful wrestler with a lot of fight and heart, and someone who earnestly was wanting to get better and really put the work into it in the fucking pandemic. That's the time of all time she started to show up in.
Yeah.
She there's a little bit of memery with Waka. There always has been,
Yes.
we put her on the Flockavelli memes and everything else. I don't know how aware of this she is or anything.
Probably not at all. Like,
which is even better.
Waka Flame.
Which is even better.
Yes.
She don't even need to,
Right.
But then she slowly started getting better and better. And I remember a match she had with Hannon for the Futures belt where I thought she was gonna win.
Right. Never won a match in Stardom. Never won a match in her career. And you think she's gonna win the Futures title over someone that's probably that has a great chance to be in like 2-3 years a white belt champion. Yeah.
And she's had her small missteps. Like she came out here in the blackface that one time. That ain't nothing really to write about.
Yes. She came out in blackface. I don't want to say, to be fair, I'm not even going to say that. Let me retract that. She came out in blackface because a wrestler she was facing had like she is a character with white face paint and black eyelids. It's similar to Sting, and she decided to come out as the negative version of that, which then leads to blackface. Yes.
So it all built up here to like where she was being threatened by Tam Nakano that she needs to win, or she needs to win or step from Cosmic Angels.
That's not the story. That's not the story.
It evolved into, hey, your whole Stardom career is on the line.
That's all right, Rich. All right, you've done as far as you can from here. I got the rest. So from that point forward, she just kept getting closer and closer and closer, and in matches, the crowd kept getting more and more into how far she would fight, and she would kick out of things that she would, a month before would just be done with for three counts, and she would get near falls or flash pins that looked like she would finally get a first win and would erupt the crowd, and it reached to a point to where if you're watching on a consistent basis with Stardom, it was like, this is a thing in their bag that's a feel-good moment whenever they pull the trigger on it. And me, you talked about, like, are they going to do this at a Korakuen Hall? Are they going to save this for like a mid-card pay-per-view show? And it was like, it has to be done at one of the points. It can't just be on a house show or anything else. It's going to be one of the more feel-good moments of the year whenever it does happen. And we also kind of had concerns of when you pull the trigger on it, because even while with the improvement, she is still at probably the worst worker in the ring in Stardom. So it's like, where do you go from now if she gets her first win? Does it turn into now she has, like, do you give her like a flash finish, and then it makes her to where she can lose a lot of matches, but she can also beat pretty much anybody with, this trick move, right? Or trick shot, whatever you want to call it. And
red belt.
Anyway, but she kept getting closer and closer and closer. And at the end of the year, after Mina in Cosmic Angels goes away after getting a few of her teeth kicked in on a freak accident in her title match for the white belt, you get this weird thing. And also with Unagi, transitioning out of Stardom and into more freelance stuff while still being loosely affiliated with Cosmic Angels, you kind of get the sense that the status quo is going to have to change. So Mina comes back and she starts up kind of her own subgroup inside of Cosmic Angels called Club Venus, in one of, in the name of one of her nicknames, Venus. And you're kind of like, oh man, is this what's going to happen with, like, what happened with Cosmic Angels being a subgroup of stars when they broke out? Like, what's going to happen here? And Natsupoi and Tam were the tag team champions, and at the the year-end climax Korakuen Hall show on Christmas Eve, they had a tag team handicap match of the challengers for the year-end show that I attended in Japan, of the challengers Yu and Nanai versus Tam, Natsupoi, and also Waka. And at the end, Waka ended up getting pinned by Nanai. So Tam, seeing that they lost 3-on-2, was like, hey, this has now been going on for over a year now. We're at like the 15, 16 month mark, map or part of the journey or whatever else. You begin closer and closer and closer. Maybe I'm not the right teacher for you. Maybe I've taken you as far as you can go. And if you need to win, maybe you need to go somewhere else to learn whatever I can't teach you. So if you can't win at the end of 3 months, then I think that you should leave and find another home for you. So that leads to her at trying to find ways to get better in the short amount of time she had to get this win. So she challenges Nanai, the first red belt champion. Just had, like I said, after this happens, Nanai takes Tam's tag team belt and faces her at one of the young girl shows, the New Blood shows. And they call like any match where Nanai faces a young girl or whatever, call it a passion injection. The passions are gimmick. So she fights bravely. Nanai just, big leagues her, beats shit out of her, drops her, pins her. So then from there, then she still she's still trying to like get a match with Nanai again. So she gets a rematch, and then Tam, she loses the IWGP match in women's match at Wrestle Kingdom in like 6 minutes, right? To Kairi. And then the match that is at the deadline for it with Nanai and Waka gets turned into a tag team match where Tam says, why do you want to be in Cosmic Angels? Why do you want to win so badly? And she says, because like at first I wanted to win for me, but Mina, Natsupoi, Unagi, and you have fought so hard for me and have trained me so hard and have been so selfless that like I want to win for y'all because of how much work you've put into me and how much you've loved me and cared for me. And then Tam said, you know what? I want to be in your deadline match. It tells Nanai make it a tag match and bring your best tag team partner, and you know what I mean. So they get to the press conference, and it's still a mystery to everybody except for, Tam. And Kairi shows up. She has a covering or a hat covering her face, and then she pulls down the hat showing it's her. Tam knew exactly who it was going to be, and Waka has his face like, oh, I'm fucked. I have no chance. These are two of the 8 most decorated wrestlers in the promotion's history. I'm fucked. I'm done. I have no shot. And I'm gonna be the worst loser we've ever had in this promotion. I'm done. So they went to work over the past few weeks. Waka's been off of shows, and they've been doing like these backstage things or off screen things where like she's showing her doing more training and more physical training, kind of like Rocky fight camps type stuff. And then you get to this point where they have the match, and Waka comes out with new gear and everything, and it was just such a great presentation of like she kind of has like her full on like this is her gimmick now. Like before she
unlocked the swag.
She unlocked the swag before. After a certain amount of time, when she was trying to show she was more serious about wrestling, like she would run straight down to the ring like a young young lion in New Japan or whatever else. And then like this, she's stone faced, fire in the eyes, determined to walk down to the ring and face Nanai Takahashi and give everything she has. And in this match, Waka starts the match with Kairi, and like she gets to the point to where like she's losing, Nanai's tagging in and Kairi's tagging in and out on her. It's time for her to make the tag to get Tam in, and she waves off Tam. Like she wants to prove it to Tam, prove to herself that like I can get this one by myself. She gets her ass kicked. She lasts a little bit longer, and then she finally makes a play for herself and then Tam, after that happens, Tam starts making plays on the outside to kind of even odds for her. And then eventually Waka gets a chance, some space, and is able to tag into Tam, and then Tam and Nanai go nuts. They beat the shit out of each other. And then Kyrie gets in. Tam and Kyrie, they beat the shit out of each other, just cracking forearms like some Minoru Suzuki shit. They end up out on the ring apron. There's a German suplex on the ring apron. There's an Alabama slam on the floor from Kyrie on the Tam onto the corner of the apron, almost like the Jericho Kevin Owens buckle bomb thing. It was like that. They beat a 20 count, get back in the ring. There's multiple teams making plays as far as turning into a 2v2 inside the ring. Eventually, they both tag out and it goes back to Waka and Nanai. And Nanai just big leaves her, kicks the shit out of her, no selling her stuff. Waka just looks defeated and she's done. And Tam keeps making enough plays to eventually the odds get turned. Tam makes some gets in from some double teams, and then eventually, like, Waka starts getting near fall after near fall, and she keeps getting closer and closer. It gets to 2.8, then it gets to 2.7, it gets to 2.8, 2.9, there's a 2.9 and 2.9, and you're just like, you just want her to win. And then, like, at the very end, Waka is able to, like, get her flash finish and then turn into a different cradle at the bottom of it, and then gets the 3 count, and, like, the crowd erupts. Everybody's so happy, tears everywhere. It was great. It's one of the better moments in wrestling in the last 6 months that I've seen. Like, I haven't seen the translation for what everybody said to each other, but at the end, Waka couldn't move. She was so badly beaten, seemingly, without any help, and then, like, said to Nanai and Kyrie, thank you. And Nanai's choking, holding back tears before she can get her promo out to say, like, good job, kid, that sort of thing, and then walked off. The crowd gave her the standing ovation on the way out. And then...
Damn, James. So like, the woman was able to actually win the match by herself at the end, right? Like, she didn't have to wait for somebody else to, like, kick the shit out of, like, the person and completely incapacitate them in Money in the Bank style. That didn't go down, right?
No, that did not happen.
Just checking.
There was also like they put someone in a match that everybody wanted to win, and then they won it at the end. That's also that. Like, you know, like, some fundamental things just get missed too as well. But
interesting.
So, you know, I haven't seen the translations, but I see all this hugging and crying and tears of joy and stuff, and then, you know, you see, like, Tam and Mina, like, on each side of her, walking her up the ramp, and just carrying her, and she could barely, you know, walk at all, even with the assist of those two. And then you have, like, the other, like the colors wrestlers as well, like Saki and Yuko Sakurai, along with Natsupoi, up there, and they basically, you know, bow to the crowd at the top of the ramp, and they move off. And while that happens, when they get to the top of the ramp, they let off the confetti, and then Tam plants this big cute kiss on Waka's cheek, and then they walk off, and the show's over. And I was like, this is one of the more, like, this is why I love the promotion. Like, they were able to get, I don't know what they drew, like, look, but I will say this is the same building that had that Noah show that Drake Lee won the title, and I gotta say, it was a lot more full in those premium seat sections than it was for the Global Honored Crown Championship. So just say that. So, like, yeah, it seems as if Waka Tsukiyama is a bigger draw than Jake fucking Lee.
Oh, man. Well, Waka, you are always a winner to One Nation Radio, and now the world knows it too. So, very happy for Waka, you know.
Yeah, very happy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, because every time you kept saying Waka, all I could think of is Fozzie Bear. Waka, Waka, Waka. I don't know if I was like Waka, Waka, Waka. That's all I could be thinking. I was like,
well, there was one other match this week. Kenny Omega versus El Hijo del Vikingo on AEW Dynamite. Woo!
Yeah,
like, just no words to describe it. A very, like, just obviously physically amazing match.
Yeah.
And then when I was watching it, I am not a person who, like, watches wrestling and then gets freaked out by what they do or anything, but there was that one hurricanrana off the top rope. I thought that was Kenny Omega's last bump. Like, he came straight down. I thought he broke his neck.
Yeah, same here.
And I was like, well, I watched like about like 3 more minutes of him moving around, and I was like, that's why we lift weights, baby. And he was back up. So, like, you know, like, all this is, you know, the Best Bout Machine, you know, had it right, but Vikingo just comes in on one night, just loses his goddamn mind. You know.
I call that. I've never seen that before match because every 3 seconds I felt like I was like, I've never seen that before. I've never seen that before. How did he do that? And I'm just like, that was everything in that match, and it was just like Kenny Omega, man. He's like, hey, do your shit. What do you got? Do it, dude. Do it.
So I made the joke last week that I was like, when Vikingo does an inverted 630 off the top rope to the floor, like, what are they going to say then? Like, he didn't do an inverted 630, but he did do a running double jump 630 through the table on the floor. And like, when you talk about the danger from that camera angle, the first thing I thought was, did he just bang his head on the apron when it happened? Dude, anybody see a replay to see if that happened or not? I don't know, but it was very close.
I don't know.
Didn't. Yeah, the whole time I was like, did he bust his head too after, like, you know, Kenny just nearly broke his neck? And I'm like, man, they're really putting a lot into this match. And I thought that for a lucha match, like, Rey Mysterio, like, in 2018 kind of not mastered this or figured it out, but it's like, if you watch Rey Mysterio 2018 match, like the Andrade stuff he was doing, is like, he's doing all of his big stuff with this much stuff to link it all together in the way that people like their pro wrestling, in the way that they say they like it, right? But the thing is, he's laying down and selling between the big moves. And this is like the closest example of like a Kenny Omega match with a luchador where this happened in that way. Like, normally, like the matches with like Laredo Kid or with Rey Fenix were way more faster paced than this and had way more kinetic tissue between all the stuff. But the big moves told the story of this because they sold their asses off. And like, I don't know if anybody has said like, this is, you know, some bullshit atrocity match. All it is head scissors and flips and all that kind of stuff. Like, the people talk about Rey Mysterio back on message boards back in the 90s. But like, this was like exactly like what a good luchador or lucha libre match, quote unquote, should be to the people that complained about lucha libre being fake and all that shit. It was awesome.
I was totally enthralled.
That is absolutely how you sell the pay-per-view for your second company. It's like, oh, here's this amazing person that you've never seen. Oh, you want to see him again? Oh, you got to pay next time.
And it's fighting Commander.
Yes, and it's like, yeah, I featured both of these two people in the last month. Now you get them on pay-per-view. Give me money. And I'm like, okay, here it is. Here's my money, because I'm going to be there, and it's going to be like, I don't know. I don't think he can me anymore because this dude is like,
no,
like,
he got more.
He's
got more in the bag. He didn't. And the thing is, I don't think he didn't even show the entire bag, which is crazy. Right. Yeah.
Like they're actually
some of the other stuff I've seen.
Joking. There actually is an inverted 630 that he has in his bag.
Wow.
There's like a lot of like spinning like to the outside of the ring things that he does that are just like, all right, man, what are we doing here, man? Like
he'll jump off anything. He don't give a fuck.
Yeah. I'm like he showed probably like 60% of the bag, I'd say. Yeah.
Like doing like the, you know, jump or springboard to over the top, catch the middle rope, you know, what do you call it? Phoenix splash stuff. Like, yeah. He's very creative, very creative. You're going to see, like, you're not going to run out of things on him unless like you've seen like 100 or like 20 matches of his. Like there's that much stuff he's done that I've seen just from gifts alone, let alone some of the few matches I've seen in him in Mexico. He's incredible. Like the thing with him is like, is everything 100% perfect? No, but like,
the degree of
all the crazy shit he tries,
so high.
His hit percentage is incredible for the amount of shit he tries.
Yeah. That's why I was like, the degree of difficulty on his moves, I'm gonna give you the benefit of doubt because you're not supposed to be able to do it. You know, like he did like 3 moves in a row where I was like, I think he's the only person that can do that move.
Right.
And I was like, I'm like, you're like, it was like, it'd be great if you could, it'd be like, oh, there's going to be some copycat Vikingos. Like, no, they're going to die.
They're going to try.
Yeah,
they're going to die.
They can't do that. They're going to land on their head and I'm going to feel really bad for them. So no, that match, as a person that was experiencing Vikingo for the first time, it was like, yet take my money. It was like, oh, he wasn't on my WrestleCon list. He's now on my WrestleCon list of people to meet. I'm like, I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And I imagine a little kid watching it.
Right.
He made a bunch of fans that night.
Right. Like for for a while now, I've wanted one of my dream matches is like, I kind of think of like my favorite wrestlers as far as things they do. And like, I've wanted a Rey Fenix Vikingo singles big match for a long time. And like, when that happens, this card is over.
Yeah.
It's over.
I was waiting on this one, obviously, since like 2021.
Right.
And it was like, what else can you say? Like, incredible match. And it's like, it's just like, yo, like the amount of pressure that was on them to live up to the dream match and all the bullshit discourse, and the match drew very well, which is a big giant L for a couple of folks that were online, but thanks for the indirect promotion. I'd imagine, but this was just like this was sensational, and like it's almost just like I don't have enough adjectives to describe it. It's just like this is excellence. Like this is AEW. Like this is what this shit is. Like this is like when I thought of this promotion, like these are the type of things that I was thinking of. So very happy about that.
Dude, if you
set up the rematch in Mexico.
If you have two excellent wrestlers, I know there was the story people out there. I'm like, you got two excellent wrestlers to put on a match. The match is the story. I want to win. Yeah. That's the story.
That's
it.
Always the story.
The story. You got two people. I want to win. I want to beat that guy. I don't know why people have decided that you need a year's worth of build up on every match that you have. It's just like 1, 2, 3 submission. That's the story.
I have some like guesses on why that is, because like they grew up on a type of wrestling where like the matches that aren't like billed as having a story behind them, or the matches you're not supposed to care about unless they do something that absolutely floors you. So like I think that's kind of the thought process is like they've been watching North American Pro Wrestling be like, hey, we got Juventud, we got Rey Mysterio, we got Psychosis, we got Eddie Guerrero, and they're, tearing down these undercards, and we got, Benoit somewhere in the mid card in Jericho doing interesting things. But like, the only thing that matters is like what's going on with Sting and what's going on with the NWO, or what's going on with Goldberg, or what's going on with Ric Flair. And I think that is, and also on the other side, like what's going on with Undertaker and the Ministry of Darkness, or I'm sorry, the Corporate Ministry, or the McMahons, or Austin, or Rock. So like, I see why if it doesn't have a story, it doesn't mean it's important, but in certain cases, I get the perspective on this, but this one is like, the draw is, if you've ever heard of Vikingo, you've seen some of his work via GIFs, via video, what have you, and you know that he can do incredible things, and you know that Kenny Omega is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time, and he's still in his athletic prime, or he's not past athletic prime. Could you just imagine what could happen? And then people started to shit on it because it doesn't have a story. It's like, the story is you're going to see a laser light show, you fucking dorks.
Yeah, or they just called it a dream match and it just like sent people up the wall.
Maybe that's what it is too.
And then the 5-star rating came out, and then all the same people were just they couldn't resist bringing up Shawn Michaels and the Undertaker and all this shit.
Question,
like
right?
It's every time, bro. Every time.
Question, right? When someone does a dream match thing and they want to know what the story is, right? Think of all the times WWE has booked some match that you could consider a dream match for WrestleMania, and then the story is the drizzling shits, and you're like, hey man, maybe you should not get that shit out the way. Like, think about this, right? If they actually did have pulled the trigger on Sting versus Undertaker, what the fuck was the story going to be about that you would have cared about outside of just seeing them in the ring together? Would it have made it better? Would it make you care more? No.
Like you saw the story between Triple H and Sting, like
right. Oh,
or not a dream
match.
Wait,
no, he's not. Oh, he's here to avenge the WCW. But wait, no, he's not. Now he's trying to be the guy that's trying to stop another evil regime that he failed with WCW, and it's like. And then he comes out and at the end of the story, he gets hit with a fucking sledgehammer, shakes the dude's hand. That's a terrible fucking story. Fun match, terrible story.
Thank God Tony Khan came and showed how to book thing. Good God.
Man, that WrestleMania 31 hurt my feelings.
Also, another prime example, prime example of Sting since 2005. Never missing. He hasn't missed in almost a decade, Rich.
We have
one thing I want to give shout out to Kenny Omega.
I mean,
incredible work as doing like doing the thing of I'm letting the dude do all as much shit as he possibly can. I'm trying to make him be the focus of attention, and I'll win at the end. Like, he did a great job of bumping and basing for all that stuff and selling his ass off for all that incredible stuff, and like just a great job, just incredible, underrated like thing. People want to talk about Vikingo for the next, decade because of the stuff he did in that match, but like that stuff cannot get done without the stuff Kenny Omega put over in that match. And he did not have to do it for a dude that he's that much bigger than. He did not. And I mean that in more than one way too. I'm talking about stature and also recognition. Yes.
He got him over on an American audience.
Right.
And it's just like in a loss, no one's talking about who won that match.
Right.
No one's talking about who won that match. That's how it's supposed to work. That is how you get someone over in a loss. You don't have them singing with Tyson Fury after the match or whatever. That's not how you get someone over in a loss. That Wednesday was how you get someone over in a loss.
Yeah. Yeah.
Man.
He's kind and he's funny and he's also mustachioed. He solves all your problems by the end of every episode. TV Dad. Everyone loves TV Dad. TV Dad. Unlike your real dad, he never hollers. And he tells you how Progressive can save you lots of dollars.
Listen to your TV Dad. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary.
Oh, dude, Drew McIntyre's booking last year broke my heart. So I was
man. That hurt.
I'd rather him just not been in the match.
Slide right back up to go fly out to LA.
Hey, you know me. Floyd,
when do you fly back in? When do you fly back?
I fly back Monday. Tentatively. Because tentatively I'll be here about 9 Eastern. So yeah,
9 Eastern. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's tentative because Cody wins. Cody wins. They say, hey, we're gonna open Raw with Cody. Floyd might be staying for Raw. I'm just like I'm trying to stay liquid based on that. But I might be flying home with tears in my eyes. So we'll all see how that works.
See, so when I said to Rich, do we need to try and lock in Floyd for this Monday and also next Monday? Because like it's gonna be like when if UGA was in the national championship game, like win, we bring him in, loss, we definitely want him in. So it's like, hey, boy, that is some great radio. I want to hear that man burn. I want to hear that. I want to hear Floyd if it comes to the worst way. That man burn down all WWE merchandise he has. It doesn't have Cody's logo and insignia on it.
Yeah, I will tell you this, and I will tell everyone that's listening. Unfortunately, we are all older, so I have not been this emotionally invested in the actual outcome or winner of a match since WrestleMania 12. And I always say WrestleMania 12 was like I graduated. That was like my last match as a kid in the kid mindset. I hope Shawn Michaels can beat Bret Hart. I was in that mindset and he won, and I was celebrating and all that stuff because, I didn't think about booking. I didn't think about drawing, all this stuff.
Right,
I just wanted my guy to beat the other guy. Yeah, for this Sunday night too, I will be 12 years old again for about however much, 30, 40 minutes, however much that lasts. Like, I care who wins. It matters.
How long do you think it'll last? How long do you think
30, 40 minutes? I mean, I said 30, 40 minutes, yeah. It's Cody. Cody in the other. Cody comes from the Triple H lineage. He wants to
Please, 25 minutes. Get the fuck on.
No, see, you say that, but he comes from the Triple H lineage. It's WrestleMania 32.
Just start the shenanigans earlier. Then you ain't gotta wrestle 20 minutes and then start the shenanigans. Start WrestleMania 8 minutes and then do it. Just start all the stuff in like the 8-minute mark, not 20. Come on,
dude. You're gonna have run-ins. You're gonna have tables. Cody's gonna pull out a sledgehammer. That's gonna be 30 minutes, dude. This dude went 29 minutes with Nick Aldis on All In. You don't think he's gonna go 30, 40 minutes on his main event of his WrestleMania?
Well, we don't know if it's
what he worked for.
If he loses,
no, it's still his main event. Again, okay. I will say this. Right. I've said this before. The rational side of me. This is outside of my emotions. Floyd, when Cody left, and me as a fan, it was like my whole goal. AEW didn't exist. My whole goal was Cody, go away, get bigger, build your brand, come back and main event WrestleMania. That was it. That was the goal. He has hit the goal. Now, ending the damn near 1,000 day streak of Roman Reigns, the dude that literally beat Sami Zayn in his hometown, beat Drew McIntyre in his home country. I'm like, man, for me, it's like everything. Like heart says Cody's gonna win. Head says, dude, they haven't let anybody beat Roman. Roman's going undefeated to WrestleMania 40 and fighting The Rock. That's what my brain is saying. And so I'm having this complete brand, but if you talk about the goal, he's already hit the goal. You look at the 16 different shirts they have on the shop site. I mean,
I know what this sounds like.
It sounds like Rocky. He just wants to make it to the final bell. It don't matter if he wins or loses, as long as he makes it.
We might as well transition into the official WrestleMania preview. So Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes for the Universal Championship.
Dude,
and the other one, I think.
Yeah.
No, it's for both. It's for both, I think.
Yeah, it's for both.
What is the official word for it? Is it like is it undisputed title? Is it double championship? What do you call it?
Undisputed.
WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So
the double belts.
Like either way, there's going to be a way. Both finishes provide plenty of talking points. Cody Rhodes wins, and it's like, they had no plan this whole time. Someone from AEW had to fall out of the sky and save them from this Roman Reigns title win. Y'all show y'all let this man like come in there and beat your entire company. And then if Roman wins, it's like, damn, y'all really ain't got no plan. Y'all coming out here.
No, The Rock is their plan.
Arbitrary 1,000-day reign, and then Cody just gets sacrificed because what were you thinking? Like, what were any of you thinking? Like, it's both ways, and I think One Nation Radio benefits either way. So,
any realistic fan knows Cody is the second option. This was not his WrestleMania. This was The Rock saying, no, I don't want to do it. And they're like, who the hell else is there? And they didn't even go with the story they wrote. They got a guy that basically has wrote his own story for the last year. This whole Dusty thing has been his story for the last 5-6 years. This is not a WWE story. This is a Cody Rhodes story that he's been telling himself since he was 7 years old. You know what I mean? It's just like,
I'll say this.
It's crazy to think about that.
If you own all the tape footage, doesn't mean you actually kind of sort of own the story? Just a little bit? Just a little bit?
I'm just saying, it's just like, a little bit. I always say Joe Lanza. Yeah, and Joe Lanza always says he fell into the Stone Cold, Steve Austin. Yeah, they kind of fell into Cody. This is not like, this big triumphant thing. This dude got hurt last year when he was probably going to win Money in the Bank and lose to Roman.
Beneficial injury. I think I had an argument with a buddy of ours at the time where I said that man had a fortunate injury. And they were like, "There's no such thing as a fortunate injury." Oh, yes, the fuck there is. This is true.
Absolutely. The injury wrote this story. This story does not happen if it's not for the injury.
Right. Right. Like Becky Lynch, she ain't WrestleMania. She ain't main event WrestleMania. Given what we know now, she's not main event WrestleMania without her nose getting broken. Mina Shirakawa is going to be semi-main eventing Stardom's biggest show, Yokohama Arena. If her teeth don't get knocked down her throat on accident by a boot on a botched Phoenix Splash, she's not getting this match. Yeah, they got
to skip a lot of potential pitfalls with Cody, which some stuff still exists there, is on the other side, but at least you got to this point, right?
And you know what? There was this big gap for people not to hate Cody. You know, when Cody stays around too long, people tend to
overexposure.
Yeah, turn on him. Yeah. There was none because he was gone. And they just like, oh, you're gone. So he didn't win at Money in the Bank and have this Money in the Bank to cash it into WrestleMania. He didn't have to beat a bunch of people. It was and he looked like a hero wrestling with the torn pec. And he was what they needed.
And he didn't lose any feuds. That's also part that hurt him in AEW.
He hasn't lost a single match.
Right. That's what I'm getting at. Like in AEW, he was doing all that stuff where he's wrestling basically he's gatekeeping the mid card, and people start realizing like, hey, bro, you ain't wrestling the top dudes. You're a top dude, not wrestling the top dudes. What's happening here? What's going on? And then, it kept going. It's like, all right, this dude is literally playing in the kiddies pool. Or not literally, we get my point. And then it's like, all right, are you going to turn heel now? Because now there's no point, because now you're kind of dead as babyface. He's like, no, because if worse comes to worse, I'll take myself back to New York City, baby. And now where are we at? He's at a precipice. He is in... He's in contention to become the WWE World Champion after Tony Khan said, you're not one of my first 4 champions, bro. It's not happening.
No, he's like, you're not my champion ever. You know what I mean? That's a real conversation they had to have. You had to think, it was like, so, okay, you got your first 4.
Cody was like, hey.
So am I going to be 7? And they're like,
no, we made that stipulation. We ain't breaking that shit.
No, Cody was like, all right, well, I'll do the stipulation. I bet you change the title then. No, I'm not. You're not going for real?
If you think about,
I think it worked out best. I think it worked out best for everybody. I don't have to go crazy anymore watching that bad creative and horrible television he was doing in AEW. He can move along with his career and basically coming to WWE, and boy, who else you gonna pick? You can't pick no Seth Rollins or anything. So there was a spot that was wide open. It's amazing that Cody kind of had the foresight to just look around I can just go over there.
There was literally no top babyface. They had beat them all.
Right.
They had beat them all.
Right.
Roman had beat them all repeatedly.
Yes.
It's think about it. Cody, they had Daniel Bryan and Edge as a challenge, as lame ducks in that WrestleMania main event, and then stacked them on top of each other and pinned them. That was if you're putting a fucking legend in the main event like that WrestleMania, you obviously have nobody. They're begging for somebody to walk through that door. And much like Rick Pitino said, Cody Rhodes walked through that door for them. And look, you know me, I've never been particularly kind to Cody Rhodes, but this is I'm not rooting for Cody, but I'm rooting for Floyd.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Floyd. I want Floyd to be happy.
Yeah, because it's so funny how many people, one of my friends, they're like, I'm watching this for you. I'm watching this to see your reaction, and I'm like, Yeah. I was like, I would love to be like, no. I'm win or lose, I'm going effing nuts at the end of the match. It's like I'm either going to be pissed or I'm going to be happy, and I'm like, I am sorry to say that both ways I might shed a tear. Oh, sneeze. Yeah. My eyes is red because I was sneezing or something. No, but it's gonna be. It's honestly, I think this is. I want y'all to agree with me because I don't want y'all to agree with me unless y'all believe it. But I think this is the best man versus man one-on-one WrestleMania main event since John Cena and The Rock.
As far as the build. What matters? I'd have to go through it, but it's got to be up there. I have to look. Yeah,
because
it's not like we really have great ones to choose from.
No, that's what I'm saying.
That's where he's getting at. That's where
it's been really shitty. I've been at all of them, so they've been shitty. like shitty after shitty after shitty, and it's like, I mean, even Bryan Danielson, it was this triple threat match that no one thought the other two were gonna win.
Right.
No one thought Randy and Batista were gonna win. If it wasn't for Seth coming in, no one cared. Like the whole crowd was like the Roman and Brock. It was like, oh, okay, they're gonna give it to Roman. People had kind of given up. 33 was that lame duck Roman and Undertaker match.
Do you know that their YouTube channel released the Tug of War segment recently, like in the last 2 weeks? I saw it on my feed, and I was like, I can't believe they're giving this to people to rewatch this.
You know, I think that Brock Lesnar Roman Reigns build was awful. Also,
34.
The 34 one was awful.
34 was bad, mostly because like he fucking lost at the end.
35 should have been Kofi and Bryan Danielson or Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, because that should have been it.
Kofi Mania. Or am I thinking? Yeah, 35. Yeah, was right. That should have been it. 36 didn't happen. COVID. You just can count that as not happening. They come back to 37, and it was just like they just kind of gave you Roman, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. No one thought that title was going to change there. And then last year, everyone knew Brock was losing. So it was just like, you haven't had one where it was like, oh, we don't know who's going to win. They've actually built a story. This actually feels like a main event since 29. It's just
even Sasha and Bianca, that was horrible.
Yeah,
but that's not one
full time.
Call that.
Oh yeah, the cosplay main events.
Yeah, you get to say you main evented without main eventing, and someone was like, like Cody and Roman were going to be night one, and I was like, dude, I'm not going if they're night one because I already know the result.
Like, the only
let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. Like, so if Roman Reigns wins this, because I think there's fully a path for that, right? The second that they brought up, like as part of the build, right? I'm not crazy about this build. Obviously, the Dusty porn was just like, I've heard it at this point. I think we've all heard it at this point. And that's kind of like your like when they were doing that, I think that's a safe path to victory for Cody. But once like Roman Reigns started dropping the shoot AEW comments and you couldn't get over there and you had to run there, that is that little seed of doubt, I think, where it's like, are they really going to let this AEW dude from AEW like beat the big dog Roman Reigns here? Like, and knowing what Paul Heyman and I talked about it for a while, like, do you think they just want to get one match out of this? Because I think they could fully try to get more than one match out of this. I fully think there's some.
You don't think that we're beyond like you don't think we're beyond the dual bullshit finish in the main event of WrestleMania now at this point? You don't think we're past that? You just want to past them?
I think that they could fully change the belt, right? But I think we're staring at a Dusty finish here, and then there's going to be some type of like I don't feel like we're going to see a definitive Cody beats him, lays him out clean, 1, 2, 3, that's it. I think there's a match restart here somewhere. I think there's some kind of out.
A shoulders up and miss, kind of like WrestleMania 35.
There's something.
Do you remember that?
I can't shake that feeling of there being something to like basically get it back, like whether it's like a double count out or like there's some like I don't know, there's some type of bullshit that happens that causes a Dusty finish, because there's no point in like this match happening with these two guys and all their shenanigans, and it's just going to be so over dramatic. It's like it's going to be so like the worst of the worst when it comes to all that stuff.
If I could
this
say
would be
one
the
thing,
slowest pace match. Oh my god! Have we considered this yet? Have we even talked about the match quality here?
No. It's
I have.
I mean, it's he's gonna try to take it back to Crockett. That's what I mean. That's Cody's style. You know what I mean? He's gonna try to take it, and they're gonna be working chin locks and stuff at the beginning of the match, and people are gonna hate it at some point, and then some people are gonna love it. But that's Cody's style.
The story shit, like it's gonna be like I'm telling you, like there's gonna be a pro rush to crown this shit before it even steps in the ring. Like it's gonna be
if Triple
it's gonna be heavy.
If I could tell Triple H anything, I'm gonna tell him about this match. Shit or get off the pot, because the worst thing they could do for Cody the worst thing they could do for Cody, if Cody is their guy, is him not just win this match. I think it completely cools him off. Either way, I think you're getting the match or you're not. And I even said, rather than a screwy finish, I'd rather Cody just get speared in the middle and lose. I mean, make it count either way. Either make Roman the greatest WWE champion of all time, 1,000 days. He's past Hulk Hogan. He's the greatest. He's main evented more WrestleManias than anybody. Either do that or you go with Cody. I don't care which one you do at this point. Again, this is me like not trying to take all my passion out of this. It's just like, but you have built, this has fell into your lap as this perfect, big, monumental event of Triple H's reign, of his regime. This is going to set the standard. You don't want to go back and do a Vince thing. Give us a winner. I don't care who it is.
Yeah. I hope that everything is clean, one way or another. But
Oh no, there's going to be shenanigans. But I'm just saying,
man, will there be an Uso that we have not, or will there be a family member we have not seen yet that shows up in this match?
I was going to say something similar. I was going to be like, what do you put, like, if there was a prop sporting bet on this, is like number of like run-ins in this match of people that aren't Cody Rhodes or not Roman Reigns getting involved in this match. Like, what do you put over under at?
I'd say 6.
Do we have
3.5?
We're pretty sure that Brandy Rhodes is showing up during this match, right?
I never thought about that until now.
I mean, she'll be at ringside.
She's gonna neutralize Paul Heyman. She's gonna slap him or some shit like that. Like, man, we're about to get it all.
Dude, they've
look. Has Tony Khan called and tried to offer Arn Anderson like to just poison the idea? Is like, has TK made a call like, hey, what do you need,
dude? No, I think we get Randy Orton. That's been I've heard the rumors of him being there, and I just like the bloodline put him out. I think we get Randy Orton.
Man,
I just
Randy Orton because he's little bro Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, Cody's mentor. Blah blah blah. You can't use Triple H because you know that's Cody's god or whatever. So you can't use him because he can't wrestle. So the next best thing is the leader of their group, Randy. And like I said, he has a beef. He has a built-in beef with the bloodline because they put him out. So,
man, this sounds like it can go a lot of ways.
And that's what I keep saying. That's why I'm like, that's why I say this is one of the most intriguing main events in the last year. I could very well see Roman getting there, winning the match, and then Cody, putting everybody out, and they have a sing along with Cody moment, just like they did in England as I tear up everything around me and walk out and push down 3 little kids on the way out because they look stupid. I don't know. I'm just
Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA.
Yes, no, dude.
Man.
Dude, there's a lot of ways it could go. It's like you really can't tell me an ending where I can't say. Like, even when my friend was like, "Oh man, they're gonna do a double DQ," and I'm like, that would suck. Yeah, but you end up getting mad at it because, you're not mad that they suggested it. You're mad that it can happen. And you're mad that is an actual thing WWE might do. It's like, again, why I'm AEW, don't have to worry about that with TK. I don't even have to, that doesn't even come into my mind. MJF and Bryan Danielson ending in a tie didn't even enter my mind. Because I know I'm going to get a winner. Whether I like it, who wins or not, that's what I know. WWE, all right, they're going to flip a coin and say, whatever.
Let's go on the record. Let's go on the record. Who we picking? Floyd?
I'm drinking tequila because I'll be celebrating. I'll be celebrating Cody Rhodes, your new WWE undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. Tear with a tear in my eye, the happiest moment of my life.
James?
Sorry, Floyd. I don't think it's going to happen. I never did.
I don't blame you.
I thought, look, he's supposed to, Rock's supposed to come in and wrestle Roman this year, which means Rock's supposed to put him over. Like, if I'm, and I said this to Rich a couple months ago, Like, if I'm Roman Reigns and and they calling me and telling me and hitting me and saying, hey, all right, we're going to try and get, your play cousin in, and, he's going to do the JOB for you. And you're like, all right, cool. And then the next thing you know, like, you get, like a month goes by and they say, yeah, we're going to push you with Cody and we want Cody we want you to go ahead and lose to What? Are you? He couldn't even be fucking champion at the place he was just at. Fuck no, I'm not putting him over. So, like, y'all gonna have to show me. Y'all got to show me before I believe it. I'm sorry.
I'm not ready to walk out in front of that fire. You know how they say you got to walk out and like in your truth and all that. Well, I'm not ready to tell y'all the truth about Cody Rhodes. Like, they're putting him over like that. And that's a great point James made that we talked about on the show a couple months ago. It's almost like as soon as they dropped that, you couldn't get over in the other place thing, that just made me reconsider this thing. Cause I kind of went back and forth and I just feel like I don't know, like Cody hasn't suffered any setback. It's too fucking clean for him to like, the only setback that he's faced so far is an injury, and this is just how this place books. Like there has been no heartbreak with him really here, and I just don't trust them to do it. Like, I'm rooting for Floyd to win here, but I'm picking Roman Reigns to win.
Yeah,
and
same here. Roman should absolutely not get past Seth or Sami Zayn and Cody. He should absolutely not. I just feel like he is, because this is how this company is built on heat.
I don't want it to happen, but it's like, again, I always say head is saying it's Roman. Head is saying 1,000 days. Head is saying the greatest WWE champion of all time. I mean, it might end up being Cody that eventually beats him. But I just
maybe it's not tonight.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's what I'm like. It's like, but wow. It's just like, I don't even know what to say at that point. Like, I would.
This is the same company that had Brock Lesnar beat The Undertaker Street, beat the shit out of John Cena, to then put Roman Reigns over that guy, Brock Lesnar. Yeah. And then they decided to not do that. And then eventually that win that was supposed to be meant for Roman Reigns went to Bill fucking Goldberg. This company's incompetent. So no, I don't trust them to figure this out, or my reasonable expectation that they will do something wonky and something that doesn't make sense, because that's what they do. And so that I'm just betting on the history. That's all I'm doing.
I don't doubt Cody will eventually be WWE champion, because I think it's in his contract.
Politically, they should.
I've been saying that from the beginning. I was like, the only reason he went back to WWE is because he put that in his contract. So I think the WWE title has to happen. Does it have to happen Sunday?
A belt into your contract.
I remember the first time I'd ever heard of it was Goldberg. I'd heard the rumor, like all the signing, that he had to be world champion within like a year, and he was the world champion within 3 months. And it's like, I don't put it past Cody. I mean, I don't, because how much he loves wrestling, how much he loves his business, the history of this business. Wins and losses matter. He's said that forever. I don't put that past him, putting it in his contract. Actually, I said he'd be pretty dumb if he didn't put it in his contract, because they would have had that dude in Stardust again in 6 months if he didn't have all this stuff covered.
I just be like, hey, every 6 months I got to out. I got a window to get out every 6 months. Yes. Play with me if you want to.
Dude.
All right, man.
Dude, hey, remember when you took that vacation the weekend? We're going to have to extend you 71 days so you can't leave WWE.
They would try some shit like that.
So, Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship.
What a substantial drop off in star power between Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns to John Cena, who was the biggest star in the business, versus this fucking guy, Austin Theory.
An absolute waste. This is an absolute idea of what WWE thinks a star is in Austin Theory. I saw him wrestle Montez Ford a week ago, and Montez Ford just leaped off the screen compared to him. And that I'm not even talking about vertically or anything like that. No. But Austin Theory, we also remember we were talking about that hair club. He's in that hair club as well. That Ricky Starks anonymous, but kind of a different way. But John Cena, I feel like this is a colossal waste of John Cena in a singles match. And this just lines up with the goofy use of John Cena since what year? Since hell, you can even argue Rusev. You can even argue Rusev because it was like, who is this guy? Even though, he had the big main event, but it's like, it wasn't somebody established or anything. Bray Wyatt, he was an up and comer. So it's like the big marquee John Cena match. You look at the rest of this card, right? Like, come on, man. Like, I think he could have put him somewhere else, but
I honestly can say I'm kind of excited about this match. Because I'm going to sound like my boy Finish Show that couldn't be on the show today. It's just like, I don't know what else you do with Austin Theory. You haven't really built up anything else. And John Cena and Austin Theory, it's like Austin Theory, that's the comp a lot of people put out there. Oh, even their moves is a lot. I know you don't, James, but that's a lot of people put him out there. He has the look. He looks like a young John Cena. So it's just,
if he was
to me, the story works.
If he was problem like 60 pounds lighter,
right?
The problem,
yeah,
I mean, the problem is with this is they put him on the mic with John Cena, and it was just like,
right.
Oh my God, you just got destroyed.
Well, that was that John Cena. That was that John Cena. I'm about to do a job, so I'm about to win now.
Yeah. So no, I'm actually I like that they built it first. So it's like, if you want to see Cena, you got to tune in to night one. That's done. I mean, honestly, this is one of those things. I really don't care who wins at all. I honestly, I would like to see Austin Theory with the setback and lose to John Cena, but I don't think John Cena wants to show up to Raw with the United States belt. So it's going to be Theory, but I wonder what is going to happen where it can be Theory, because John Cena's not putting Theory over clean.
Win that shit and mail it back.
Win that shit and instantly vacate it. Leave that shit in the ring. Like, it's a race.
I never had this version. Out. Thanks. You can have it back.
Like, whoever can run out is the new champion.
Yeah, like do a reverse battle royal. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, I got nothing else for this, but
is there any chance, given like what we've seen out of John Cena, like since he's in ring post retirement, right? Is there any chance this match is even good?
This is a 3-star special.
Oh no,
I said good. I think it's going to be 2-star special.
But okay, so I don't know how familiar where it's evolved, because I always heard Austin Theory was a really good worker.
He's a good wrestler. He's
like a really good wrestler,
and he can have really good matches when he's in there with someone better than him. I don't think John Cena is better than him at this point.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I thought he was just kind of plain, personally.
Yeah, like I haven't seen any of these really good matches because I don't really go back and watch old wrestling. Yeah, as I say, I don't go watch old wrestling, and I thought he's good enough. He's a good enough heel guy because, for what WWE expects from people. So I figure he's a good enough heel. I don't think he's gotten to show a lot of his personality, and I've increasingly built on as he's shown his personality, and I understand that the character that he's trying to do. It's like, you're John Cena, and it's like, to me, there's there's 2 matches like this, and I think they're gonna both one guy to try to get the other by feeding this guy or whatever. So I don't know if it's not gonna work, but we'll see. I mean, it's not gonna work.
This is how I feel about it. I feel like maybe they've gotten to them, maybe it's not. Maybe they obviously. They look at the roster, they know the roster age problem they have, and they know that like they need new people. And the problem is, this is the only new singles dude they seem to have any interest in actually pushing, for whatever reason that is. But So this is it. And like and I feel like this is going to turn into a Corbin thing where it's like they're going to keep trying and trying and trying, and then we're going to look back and be like, this guy should have just been a tag guy to begin with, and like eventually they'll say whatever. But he's going to get a lot of chances because he has a great physique, and he's going to keep getting chances. But like I just don't see it as he's a marquee guy. I just don't.
Yeah, way too early in his journey. For this, but yeah, fuck it. I'm picking John Cena anyway. I don't care. I'm
gonna pick John Cena. I don't want the idea of him jobbing to Austin Theory seems preposterous to me. It just does.
I mean, John Cena should win, but they're gonna give it to Austin Theory.
Seth Rollins versus Logan Paul.
This match is gonna be good. This match gonna be good.
I said this is third for me as far as my overall excitement of matches. I mean, it's Cody, it's the tag match, and then it's this because I hate Logan Paul. I hate that he exists, but he's exceptional at this, and I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's hilarious.
Hey,
I've never hated somebody being good at something as this much. It's Tom Brady.
It's hilarious how like they talked about how they trained him and was like, we're going to focus on giving you dynamic moves, and then like we'll work around the other stuff after that. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of how wrestling works these days. We don't give a fuck about that chin lock.
Yeah.
Like, unless that's what you're trying to do in your wrestling, that is not the biggest deal. Like, so yeah, like they fucked around and stumbled across like why other wrestling pops the way it does. Yeah, man. Seth,
this good little Paul, hand.
Sorry.
I was gonna say this good little hand. Seth Rollins better be getting ready to put over the youthful Logan Paul. 10 years younger than him.
Seth Rollins will do nothing but lose at this point. Go out there, lose, and have a good ass match,
and then come out dressed ridiculous.
Well, that's
as still a line from Rich Latta. Do dope shit. That's what Logan Paul does. He just does dope shit. Yeah. Seth, I even said it. It's like, it's funny because he started to shit with AEW and Will Ospreay back then. And I've even said Seth's best goal to actually be looked at as the worker he is, because I think he's an amazing worker, is to actually leave the WWE and go to all those companies where he can do what he does as well as probably anybody in the world. But he's in a company that you have to work inside the box. I know he's going to get a little bit more with Logan, and Logan's a super athlete, so they're going to put on a very entertaining match. But it's like, at this point, Seth Rollins is a good hand, and that's what he is.
Like, who's there more upside in?
Right.
Out of these two guys?
A guy
like,
Logan's a baby face, and a guy that's like his whole gimmick is that he's a baby face ass like a heel, and he's like doing this Joker thing. Like, there's nothing there. People like to chant to his thing, whatever. He's over because he's.
I was going to say, like, you're diehard. Like, they're trying to push him as this legend of WWE at this point, and like this, like
he kind of. To be fair, he kind of is.
But they're pushing. They're acting like there's still like mileage in front of him. Like he's still on the ascent. He's not there anymore.
No. He's like, old money. He's been old money.
No one.
It's like he's this guy that he's like this tragic figure to them. It's like, no, this is a geek. Like I've never gotten past that Hell in a Cell match. Never. Yeah. Like, how?
Nobody has really either. Because think about how he's been positioned as whenever he's a babyface since then. They don't actually try to push him like he's fucking Cody Rhodes. They don't do that, or Sami Zayn.
They know better.
They have him be this. They have him
anytime
be a
they have
guy.
done that.
You know what this character kind of is at this point now. Because I don't want to make full on comparisons because of the Joker thing. But like, this is like Joker Sting almost, where like he's just like, oh, he's over because he's a star, and he can just let him do whatever the fuck he wants, and he'll get over because he's been over for forever. And like, he'll have great matches when he asks him to have great matches because he's great. But like there's nothing there as far as like, can this dude like win a Royal Rumble and like be the champion again? I would never do that with him.
Like, he gains nothing from this. If Logan Paul. Like, if we're talking about who can stand to win and turn this into something, it's Logan Paul.
Especially after that Saudi Arabia match with Roman.
Yeah. And no wrestler was hurt more about. No wrestler was hurt more by the unified titles than Seth Rollins. When they unified the titles, he was kind of seen the main eventer before they unified the titles. Mm-hmm. He is firmly a mid-carder right now.
Yeah, I mean, they tried to lift Roman
Yeah, and they're trying to make the Intercontinental and United States titles matter. Do what you want. No wrestler got hurt more by the titles being unified than Seth Rollins, because he could at least be the secondary world champion, and he can't even do that anymore.
Yeah,
because Zora Hart says he might argue Drew McIntyre. He's on the list too.
That's another very good one.
Oh, God.
That's another very good one.
6-woman tag. The first of 3 different women's matches booked. 4 different women's matches with horrible creative behind all of them. Trish Stratus, Lita, and Becky Lynch taking on Damage Control. I believe there was a promo tonight where Becky Lynch called out Damage Control for doing the same thing since SummerSlam and turning Io Shirai into a lackey. These are all things that I would have come on in this show and already said, but Becky Lynch said them first. As far as Trish Stratus and Lita being here,
move on, can I get your imitation of Becky Lynch saying the word lackey? Because Becky saying lackey sounds funny as fuck to me in my mind.
Lackey,
just a lackey,
lackey. Yeah, that's it. Yo, Bailey's lackey. I
was about to say, you sounded Ukrainian there, not Irish.
And that sound like he's at war for his own motherland.
They all white over there. I can't really differentiate. But 6-woman tag. These tag team title belts are tied up in this, so there will be no women's tag team title match. Sasha Banks once again laughs. But this has actually got the most focus out of any women's match here.
Is that right?
From what I'm gathering.
Yeah, man. Whatever.
I mean, you got 2 Hall of Famers and their biggest woman star, so it makes sense that it's getting the most kind of promotion. Yeah,
I just wonder.
I'm never gonna be excited by a WWE six-person match, 6-man match, 6-woman match. It's a mixed 6-man. They all suck. They're gonna be the same match. I'm like, this is one of the 2 matches I really don't care about. I'm not saying they have to. I say we know they are. Yeah, it's just like.
Well, here's the thing.
It's been since the Shield since they did a good 6-man match.
That's a very good point. Well, maybe like some New Day match or something, maybe. But yeah, that's a very good point.
Yeah. You got Gunther and them boys, but that's rare.
True, that's true. Like the Donnybrook. The Donnybrook was a 6-person.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but again, that's not like a traditional 6 where like that's just like they was going out there hitting each other with shit at time also as well. But what I would say is this. What I'm going to trust in is like the batting average that Trish Stratus has had post-retirement. Every time she comes back, she has not missed since in the ring. So I think it would at least be an entertaining match. You got Becky, who is at this point is pretty much on a lock for having a great performance in a big spot. You have Io Shirai, even if she's checked out or whatever, and you have and you have enough pieces in this match to make this match good. The question is, will they get the time? Will people be into it? Why should it be into it? The things they've done with Damage Control makes it to where the crowd wouldn't be into and believing in them in that particular thing. How much cheating are they going to have to do and how much cheating are they going to have to get the crowd to care? All that kind of stuff. Like, and also ultimately, they're going to lose.
Hey, Brewhaven said, and Lita is there too. I was going to mention the moonsault of Io Shirai versus the moonsault of Lita. This will come down to who has the better moonsault.
I mean, that's kind of, we don't really need to do that anymore.
The Lita salt. See, it's called the Lita salt, and when it comes to this match, I don't care. I just don't care. I wish I did. I would love.
There's nothing to care about.
I would because I mean, individually,
I had Trish and Lita on the wall growing up.
Individually, I love all 6 of these women. You know, James is giving me so much crap because how much I love Dakota Kai.
I like Dakota. She's
like,
positioned as a geek. That's just her role.
Yeah, I just like I love all 6 of these individually. I'm like, you're gonna have to do something crazy to get me in the 6-man into a 6-person match. Triple H, they're gonna get the time because Triple H is only like booking 6 matches a night. Yeah, so
like they're
gonna get the time.
Yeah, like or Trish turns or some shit happens.
I heard something like that with Trish, and I don't know. I mean, that's the only way to make this interesting. Something has to happen. If it's a straight 6-man where Becky or Trish gets the pin with the Stratisfaction or whatever, I'm like, dude, I won't see it because I'll be getting food.
All right. Brewhaven. Lita kicks out at 1 from Eels.
How do we mute him for like 5 minutes or something? Put his ass on timeout. This man said Lita kicks out.
Why?
Moonsault at 1. Hey man, you are nasty for this. That's a nasty agenda. You are ill intentions. You were just trying to say shit to upset me. Like
you think, I mean, honestly, the lead assault is the lead assault. You know, she got the thong hanging out and the low Jinko jeans, and she's hitting the moonsault. You know,
hey, man, Lita was on look, man. Lita was on the wall. You know, when I was
she did it.
So, you know,
no, I think she did it last year. I think she did it on the show last year. Yeah, she's done it recently. She can do it. There's no height to it or whatever, but she gets over.
Brock Lesnar versus Omos, a.k.a. Brock Lesnar finding the biggest nigga he can find to pick him up and slam him.
I don't think
John Cena versus Austin Theory Jr. This is
almost. If Omos was 1 foot shorter, he would not be booked on this show.
He would not be. Hired.
Yeah. This is they're gonna give Brock his moment, but this is basically going to be a squash match. You know. Like, you know, almost is the biggest, the biggest jag ever.
Here,
I'm like,
it's funny, but like he's worse than the average jag. Like,
bro, this is El Gigante reincarnated. This is El Gigante.
Because the dude can move. He's fairly agile, but he has like no personality. Like no personality. No one cares about anything he does. This gets over in the late 80s because you could just be tall then.
I said this.
It's like you got to do shit
with a love
now.
going over him.
Yeah. You got to do shit now, and he doesn't do shit.
This is what I think about what is going to happen in this match. They're going to try to, show strong wrestler versus or big strong wrestler versus tall strong wrestler. They're going to try that. They're going to try to do something to get Lesnar to sell or whatever else, or have
barricade break,
no sell something, and then it's going to be time for Brock to try to get him up for some move, and Omos going to fuck it up, and Brock's going to get hot, and he going to rock him in his fucking jaw like how he did Braun that one time. And then he gonna get him up eventually, and then hit his move, and then move out get out the ring pissed. And it's gonna be like, wow, that was a terrible match. Am I wrong here? What we're gonna see? That seems about it, right?
I think we are staring down a 1-star match here.
Yeah, a bad match. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to shine this turd for a few weeks to try to be interested. I thought MVP could do it, and it's just like, dude, MVP can't make this guy interesting. This dude made Sheldon Benjamin, Cedric Alexander interesting. Can't make a 7'3" dude interesting because he's boring. He's boring.
Look, sometimes you can't turn shit into silk. It can't. it just don't work sometimes, man. I think it's gonna be a bad match, and I think that it's like we all know it's gonna be a bad match, and Brock gonna get his little win or whatever else, and I don't know what else is going on after that.
So you think Brock is gonna win?
Why shouldn't he?
You think Brock is? I think Omos is gonna win.
Why?
Because Brock's contract's up.
So
I think
didn't Goldberg wasn't Goldberg's contract up when he beat Brock at WrestleMania 20?
Well, but both of their contracts were technically up. They were both
so you know what you should have did? You should have put them in different matches and beat both of them on the way out as opposed to give one of them a win on the way out. That was fucking dumb.
And that's why we booed them all But he's gonna do the double choke slam, pin Brock. Brock's just gonna roll out and walk away, kind of like they do when they're mad, and he's gonna look at Vince and say, "Pay me," and then they're gonna try to push Almost.
Ain't no
man,
way.
they do
The
that.
money
That's
are not
bad news, boy.
You are acting as if
Look,
Paul
are they gonna
Heyman
have Cody?
is not still doing stuff for Brock Lesnar in 2023. Ain't no way that man losing.
I'm not saying he's going there.
The only way I see that happening, and this is sick, what I'm about to suggest.
He going to AEW?
No, if Almost is going over, right, that man is like, that's your tip off that Cody's winning and he's getting a program with Almost to body slam him. Like, and that's that. Look,
I think
that's what we're looking at.
Dude, you have 100%.
I see a Cody
booked it like I thought in my head.
Rich, if I see a Cody Rhodes versus Almost poster for the WWE Universal Heavyweight title, we are done covering WWE on One Nation Radio forever. You understand me?
Dude,
forever.
They need him. They got King of the Cream, Queen of the Ring in Saudi.
Did you say King of the Cream?
Almost.
What the fuck? Hey, man.
King.
Hey,
that sounds like Barry Bonds.
I don't know what's in your browser history, my guy. What's happening here? What is happening?
Whoa. King and Queen of the Ring in Saudi. They're going to throw Almost, because he's tall, against Cody. Cody wins.
That's going to be
there you
disgusting.
Go.
Hold on. The
tell
Becky
me it's
Lynch
not
voice.
a WWE.
Disgusting.
It's a paid show. They don't want to give them a real match. They give them Almost versus Cody.
I don't know what you just said because I zoned out. Just listen to me good. If I see a promotional poster from Twitter or whatever that has Cody Rhodes and Almost on it for the WWE Universal title, we are done covering WWE on One Nation Radio. I don't know if that's what you said. Because you started talking about King and Queen of the Ring, and maybe they do it in King and Queen. I don't know. If it's for the title, we're done covering it. If not, then fuck them anyway. It's still stupid. It's an awful match. It's a terrible, awful match. Why are we putting bum-ass wrestlers in main event positions in 2023? Aren't we past this? How are we past this, but not past black-ass matches?
Hell no.
We are not past this.
No.
Like, unlike kneeling, we are not past this.
I set the over-under at 10 pay-per-views that Almost main events.
Oh, my God.
10?
So speaking of main events,
7-3. That's all they care about.
Speaking of main events, what's likely to main event night one? Singles match for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley in an absolute dud of a storyline.
Floyd, tell us what the story is.
No. I love this story.
What's the story?
Goes back to the pandemic.
Oh, no.
It is not.
No.
Let me.
You tell me how it connects.
Hey. So Rhea Ripley challenges Charlotte.
Yes.
Charlotte beat Rhea Ripley handily, right?
She tap out, yes.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley then, what did she do this year? Wins the Rumble again. She says, you know what? The last time I did this, I sucked. This time, I'm going to beat you. And the biggest problem is, I'm the Nightmare, and you don't fear me. So she's going to beat the fear into her. Charlotte's like, I was the queen then. I am the queen now. You can't beat me, because Charlotte is the worst face in the history of women's wrestling ever, because she doesn't know how to be a face. But Rhea Ripley, this is a story. It's literally them fixing what they couldn't do during the pandemic. It's
what
like
they couldn't do.
They couldn't do.
They chose
to do that shit.
Charlotte won the Royal Rumble in 2020.
Dude, you saw they gave Drew his win. They gave Drew his win at during the pandemic. And that was like, as much as I wanted it to be a good guy, a good run, you couldn't, because no one was there.
No,
he didn't get over.
Floyd, you misunderstand me. I'm not saying that Rhea should have won. I'm saying just point blank period. They never should have done the fucking match. That was stupid. You win the Royal Rumble, and
we can talk about what's going on now
for the PC belt. What the fuck is that? Also, let's start here.
Hey,
you just told that
pretty
story,
bad
right?
Being a phase two, Floyd. Comments are saying,
huh?
Rhea's pretty bad at being the face.
Neither. It's two heels wrestling, basically.
So
they tried to make Charlotte the face when they brought her back.
Right.
And she got mad at them for saying what instead of playing along like every other face does.
Right. So
it's like
the story is all you said, everything you said is accurate. The problem is you're leaving out this one context. When Rhea challenged Charlotte in 2020, she was a baby face. And then she lost. Now she's trying to get her redemption as a heel. That is fundamentally stupid.
Listen to the crowd Saturday. You tell me if Rhea's a heel or babyface.
I understand how the crowd's reacting, but what we've seen?
I'm just saying.
Like, she's a part of like the biggest heel faction on the show.
What has she achieved? And how did she achieve it? By what means? Like, obviously, if you watch, for example, a TV show like The Last of Us, right? Joel is the main character. Everybody is sad for him after parts of the second game. Not gonna get into it. This motherfucker doomed humanity. If he got clapped, he deserved it. He did a bad thing. He's a bad person. You just liked him because it was his story.
Is Rhea
being a face in the Charlotte feud and a heel in the Dom Ray feud is why the writing is bad.
That's another part of it too.
I'm not gonna argue that part. But Rhea just won the Royal Rumble for the second time. I believe she's the first woman to win it twice.
No, that was her first.
Charlotte won it in 2020. You're on mute, Floyd. I think
you muted yourself, Floyd.
Damn it. Shaky hands. Rhea won the Royal Rumble. That's what she's done since then. I mean, that's the big deal, winning the Royal Rumble.
It is.
So you face Charlotte to redeem your loss to Charlotte. I mean, it's a very simple story that they have taken so many different directions that they could have built on that and made it better, but they did not.
It's going to drive me crazy when people on Twitter are going to put out these threads and act like these things are connected when they were not.
They're not.
Like,
they were connected on the show. They were connected on the show. They were connected in promos.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's not like this ain't linear at all. Like, this is like
they retrofitted it into making it make some bit of sense. But like, either way, the story is fundamentally good person want to separate an identity because they were made as comparison to being the second coming of a already established star, and then makes her own path, challenges said already made star, gets her ass handed to them, and then 3 years later tries to get redemption, but like through evil means is not those feel good story. It's just not.
And what about like that other feud that they had like in 2021, like when they had matches, like,
I totally forgot about
that. Did Rhea beat Charlotte in 21?
She got the belt off her, didn't she?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it didn't happen at WrestleMania, so it doesn't matter.
It didn't happen at WrestleMania.
Exactly. Hey, what are you trying to get? What is the goal in this company? To get your WrestleMania moment. That is the goal, is to get your WrestleMania moment. The reason I felt robbed with Drew is because he never got his WrestleMania moment.
Technically, he did. It just didn't happen at WrestleMania.
Nah, that didn't count. That whole year.
When he won and said WrestleMania on that bitch.
The whole year didn't count. We forget about it. It didn't exist. I mean, Big Show was in some kind of weird Drew McIntyre match after that. Oh my God, that whole year, just ignore it.
It's amazing. The only places where like championships did not matter or count in the world during the pandemic or in 2020 was apparently in October 2020 when the Lakers won the title, and then WrestleMania. 26 or 36. That's the only two places in the world where the title didn't matter. It's amazing.
I didn't say, and let me let you know this. I said that I didn't say the titles didn't matter. I said those WrestleMania moments didn't count. That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
That's a difference.
Fair enough.
He was the champion.
Fair enough.
He was the champion. It's just not a WrestleMania moment unless it's happening in front of a very large crowd.
This match
hold on. As far as the match should be very good at least.
Because they're both very talented,
and they're both going to try hard to have a really good match.
I can't wait.
As far as the story, it's dumb, so I'm checked out emotionally on it.
Look, I hope Charlotte has her working boots on, because
if Charlotte puts out a stinker at this point, then she may as well pack it up. Because if she can't even have a good big match anymore, then what the fuck are we even doing here?
Yeah, I'm gonna pick Rhea Ripley because they don't have Charlotte do shit with belts anyway. So, but you can never underestimate, with them booking Charlotte Flair extremely strong, and also like they're about to try to sneak her into another quote unquote main event, and she'll be the first woman to quote unquote main event twice, and it'll be disgusting how they push this thing. So get ready.
Yeah, they told me Rhea was winning because they scheduled her for a Fitterman's signing the next day. On day 2. I'm like, oh, Rhea's taking pictures with the belt. I'm like, it just makes sense. They told me who was winning.
Well, that could be it.
Imagine how many imagine how many more of those photos with autographs on it she could sold if she was a good person. So stupid.
I mean, honestly, okay. When you're looking at the WWE, I mean, I'm being real when I say this. Does heel and face actually matter in the WWE?
When they wanted to, yes.
Last year, when I went into WrestleMania and Roman was wrestling Brock. Brock was the face.
Yeah.
And Roman comes out. And there was no reaction. There was very little reaction from Brock. Everybody was throwing up their ones the whole time. And everybody was wearing their Usos and Roman stuff.
Well,
the bloodline.
That's also by design with the whole Roman be a heel
I think
thing.
they're just bad at doing their jobs, like in telling you who good and bad people are.
No, and
people just not getting it.
You're basically summing up what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They are so bad at what they do that it literally doesn't matter. People just cheer for who they want to because they don't tell you who the heel and the face is. Like the only match.
Yes, and that's the reason why like
they had to literally
check out on the promotion for the most part.
They had to have Bloodline literally beat the crap out of Sami Zayn to establish that the Bloodline were actually bad people. Because they were getting cheered every week. It was like you couldn't even put anybody up against Roman because Roman was getting cheered. Yeah,
like
Roman was getting cheered.
That War Games was like a joke. Like,
it's like no, and I said, I agree. They are bad at their job. You don't know who the heel and the face is. It was like if you honestly, if someone comes in that doesn't go to WWE and walks around and just looks at shirts. Roman Reigns is Hulk Hogan. Roman Reigns Steve Austin. Because that's every fucking shirt you see. I was happy that Cody was a close second. Because everybody was wearing Roman's honorary Uso bloodline.
Like
that's all I fucking saw.
Like, bro, just imagine
Floyd, are you ready to scrap by any chance like out there? Because I feel like there's some there could be some tension in the crowd.
Here's my thing. I'm just trying to figure like the way Floyd just explained that, and like this for the most part, we both like have messaged our frustration with the company because that's exactly what it is. It's like why are y'all still watching this?
No,
not y'all. I mean, Floyd. I know why Floyd watches pretty much anything that comes from out of America. I just mean like if these storylines are based on good, or you cheer for people, or most storytelling in general is like there's good and evil, and there might be some gray in between to make the things interesting or whatever else based on the dynamics of whatever relationship or tension it is. Fine. Or whatever people's both goals are. Cool. Whatever else. But once you get to the point to where we've lost the plot that spectacularly, or that in that kind of demonstration or way that he just described, it's like, why is this actually enjoyable to you? Is it just a pastime and that's why you enjoy it? Or is it just like, I'm trying to figure out like the people that like that try to tell us about like how great the storytelling is, when it's like, they're fundamentally fucking up the most basic things of storytelling. How's this great storytelling? What's so great about this abusive asshole like treating his stupid cousins like this, and then they all cheer for him at the end because he's evil? Like, is this just like the full on Breaking Bad thing where it's like, well, he's the protagonist, we just cheer for him, so because he's the protagonist of the show anyway. Maybe that's
I had
what
the
it
same
is.
argument. I had the same argument about Sammy being a good guy. I thought that was the worst face turn ever because he really didn't, like, hey, he got beat up enough. He beat Kevin Owens for 10 minutes and then it was like, okay, he's had enough. No, Sammy's an asshole. Like, this is not really a good face turn.
Let's go into the Usos versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. People have sung the merits of this matchup. The greatest storyline ever, ending in the middle of WrestleMania somewhere.
They finna take them boys. Them boys finna have them titles and hug, and they gonna let off pyro and that shit, and it's still gonna be like, wow, there's still an hour and a half left of this show.
Give me the I have to say this. I've always asked, give me the redeeming quality of Sami Zayn in this whole storyline. The way he's told.
I'll give you it. He didn't want Kevin Owens to die. That's his redeeming quality. He was okay with him getting his ass whooped. He just didn't want him to die. That was just a step too far. Don't send him up to the big dog upstairs. Can't do that. Hey, don't do that,
dude.
Keep him away from the upper room.
I've said this before. It's like, Sammy, I see your gang. I know what you're doing. I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of your gang. I'll do whatever it takes to be a part of the gang. Okay, this is what it takes to be a part of the gang. No, I don't want to do that.
Bro, isn't that like Evolution? Isn't that like Eugene trying to join Evolution?
I don't know. I didn't see
I honestly can't say I remember that storyline that well to say that.
I didn't see any of that. I didn't see.
No, I can't. I mean, I saw it. I don't remember it. I'm like,
yeah, man. Just the whole thing of like the world title build, how hot that arena was, and the business that Sami Zayn was doing, and then to ship him over here, I will not like, no matter what. It happens here with the crowd reacts, how they hug and all that shit from here. And this is lower. This is not
what's about to happen. What's about to happen is the reason I've said in my heart, in my belief, that FTR will never go back to the WWE. You have this historic, the most significant tag team title run in the WWE history, as far as days, as far as who they beat or whatever. And who's gonna beat the Usos for the titles? Dudes that decided to be a tag team last week.
like a year ago.
Yeah, like
Sami Zayn was doing matches with fucking Johnny Knoxville, and Kevin Owens was like talking about Texas. Like, I don't know, man. Like,
and they're getting in a spot to take the tag team titles out of the most significant tag team title run in the WWE in their history. It's two guys that just decided to be friends again 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, maybe I'm missing it, but
tag team wrestling.
This is supposed to be like this epic match.
It should be.
I mean, it's gonna be a good match. It's four amazing wrestlers. Like, they're all amazing wrestlers.
I can't find myself like getting excited at all for this.
Right. Like,
sorry.
Because it's like, dude, it's 9 months before Kevin Owens turns on Sami Zayn again.
Yeah.
Like, Sami Zayn's, you gotta remember, Kevin Owens turns on everybody eventually. He's an asshole.
So my friend Jason is a casual fan at all. A casual fan tunes in when it's hot. Find out, and he says if he ever watches Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens wrestles again, it'll be too soon. And this is a person that doesn't like watch religiously. He's just like, he's seen them wrestle too much.
They've wrestled each other at WrestleMania like 2 years ago, right?
Believe so.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah. So it's like he just never wants to see them wrestle again. He never wants to see them feud again. He's just like, I want this to end and to go away. And I'm like, yeah, I'm okay with that. But we all know that one of them is going to turn on Kevin's going to turn. It's his turn. It's Kevin's turn to turn. Sammy's turn last time. Now it's Kevin's turn. Well, Sammy turned last time, and now it's Kevin's turn.
I will pick Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. The Usos have lost more than 10 non-title matches before. I'm not buying the significance of I'm not buying this reign being this great booked thing. I understand that they have to lose like some matches, just how WWE books, but like if you lose like 10 matches while you guys are the champions, I'm sorry. Like I don't I feel like the leeway has to end somewhere.
Yeah, I got the Quebecers winning. All right, whatever. Look, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn have been a great tag team before. The Usos are one of the best tag teams ever. Like, can we get the Usos like on the board with a WrestleMania match, please? Please. Like, you fucked them so many times at WrestleMania. Like, can we actually get them on the board at WrestleMania? Can we? Is it possible? Is it just something we just can't do? Like, we just don't see it. It's not in the cards for your brother. Like, can we please do this for these fucking guys? Please. Thank you. Fuck.
Bianca Belair versus Asuka. A match built on can they coexist and goo. I would say why try, but try is like, I don't even think they got to that point.
No, I think this is just a Bianca showcase. I mean, they're trying to build her, so she wins.
Asuka's the best in that division still. Bianca has great big matches. They should go out there and have a great match. Build, Smild. We've seen Bianca have we've seen both of them have shitty builds and end up with great matches. Anyway. So like, yeah, they're look, it's a great matchup because they could just they took it for granted. But like, they're gonna have a great match anyways. We ain't gotta do shit. Whatever. Just tune in. So
trust. Asuka's my favorite women's wrestler in the WWE of all time. And
Asuka is your favorite women's wrestler in WWE history, then I need to show you this person named Shuri Kondo who grew up under the Asuka learning tree, and you will understand why we love Shuri so much and love Stardom.
Well, I just know she's going to make Bianca. I mean, Bianca looks amazing. I mean, she's an amazing wrestler, but I'm just saying Asuka's going to take her to the next level. They're going to put on an amazing match. Bianca will win, and yeah. I'm really looking forward to this match. Of all the women's matches, this is like it's a Grand Canyon and then the other stuff.
After Asuka won the Elimination Chamber and was great in it, I was like, everything else, like I'm into it, everything, and I heard the build stuff, and I was like, yo, they're just not even trying. That's unfortunate, but yeah, like you ain't gonna break my spirit on me wanting to see those two in a big stage get it on.
Yeah. I mean, literally, if you look at it, Asuka's pretty much given almost every wrestler in the company their best match. I mean, she gave Charlotte their best match at 34. She, gave Bayley, gave Sasha. I mean, Sasha, that's arguable because Sasha's amazing. But with a lot of the wrestlers in the company, Asuka's giving them the best match.
Yeah, mostly it comes down to, for most people, is basically like either Charlotte at this point, like throughout all of WWE, it'd be like Io, Charlotte, Asuka or Sasha have pretty much every other woman's best match.
Yeah.
Triple threat match for the IC titles: Sheamus, McIntyre, Gunther. I feel like they should have picked two guys rather than do a three-way here. Like any combination of like any two people you could have picked in this, I think it would have been great. Sheamus has a career quest of trying to win the IC title. I think they should have ran back Gunther and Sheamus and fucking give Drew McIntyre to John Cena or some shit. But those we don't get nice things. But I'm rooting for Sheamus here.
Yeah, I'm not a big Gunther guy. Never been. He I don't ever care about anything he does.
What about the end of the Rumble this year?
Huh?
What about the end of the Rumble this year?
When he lost? Yes. I was very happy that he lost. That's about it. I'm not a Gunther guy. I'm not. I think every wrestling fan, I'm not going to say every wrestling fan, but most have a hole where everyone likes someone and they don't. Gunther's my guy. I realize there is something wrong with me. When I watch him, I don't care about what he's doing. I just don't. That being said, he should win this match. If you're going to do, I feel like if anybody should get the Roman Reigns versus Edge and Daniel Bryan treatment, It should be Gunther stacking these dudes on top of each other and getting it. I'm not saying he's going to do it.
Sheamus ain't going for that. You want me to do what?
I'm not. I know. What they're gonna.
Drew McIntyre fuck around, ask for his release. Think about how they've abused Drew McIntyre. Literally, we were on the show last year when we were talking about how we felt sorry that man had to wrestle with Corbin and then Jinder and different things. They treat this guy fucking horrible.
You know what's gonna happen is Sheamus is gonna hit Drew with the kick.
Bingo.
Gunther's gonna throw Sheamus out and get the pin.
Well, I was thinking since Sheamus is in this match, I'm sorry, since those three are in the match, it's 3-way, like I thought it's gonna be somewhere like Sheamus ends up, I don't know how it happens, but like Sheamus ends up pinning Drew McIntyre, which means that Gunther doesn't have the job, and then like it logically in a logical company, he should be the first person to like rev up to get to SummerSlam versus whoever the WWE champion is at the end of night 2. That's how it should work, but whatever.
Now, I thought about this. Gunther almost ruined the triple threat match. He puts Pierce in the corner and he says, "Why should I wrestle in a match where I don't even have to get pinned to lose?" And I was like, "Don't ask that question. Don't. You're trying to destroy the WWE." He's like, "Explain it to me." I'm like, He's like, "Explain it to me." And Adam Pearce has this look on his eye. I was like, there is literally no reason this should happen.
He's like, hey, well, at least in the old school fashion, be like, a heel does some cheating or whatever else, screws over people else, and it builds towards, all right, well, you fucked around so much, and now you're gonna find out you gotta, defend your title against 2 people or multiple people. Like, but I am really cool with Gunther becoming like the WWE ombudsman, where we're like, hey, bro, this don't make no sense. What the fuck's going on? Why are we doing this? For who? For what?
Oh man, Hell in a Cell match between Edge and the Demon King, or the Demon Slayer, or whatever the fuck he's going by, Finn Balor, and it is the Demon. So this is going to be...
It's Brood Edge.
35 minutes long. It's going to be Edge thinking he's a dark character when it was just an entrance back in the day. They might pull out Gangrel. This is going to be like... Oh my... I hope they don't have the red cage. This whole thing is just going to be...
Here's the thing you missing, and here's the thing you're not thinking about, Rich. They're going to have Brood Edge, and they're going to have the Demon Finn Balor. Who's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame?
The Great Muta.
If Muta comes from
underneath... Is this where he comes out? Is this the Muta spot?
If Muta comes from that cage and miss one of the motherfuckers, I'm turning the show off, or I'm leaving wherever I am and going home. But, like, bro, I'm telling you, this is the perfect time for... Look, if you want to bring out, quote-unquote, larger-than-life, supernatural characters, if you will, or whatever else.
Oh, he was in hell.
Muta is right there. Muta is right there to pull out of there and be like, hey, we got a sight gag for you. Here's Muta. Missed. Fuck.
Dude.
That man gonna spray Cody.
As I say, the only thing I care about is the Demon's entrance. That's it. I'm like, I love it. We're getting the Demon. They announced it tonight that we're getting the Demon.
I think
that's the only thing I care about. Yeah. That's the only thing I've ever found interesting about Finn Balor.
Though, for a few weeks, that he was talking about the Demon thing. So look, Edge on the way out. We all know that. I think he wants to wrap it up around SummerSlam or something like that, or next time they're in Canada, whatever else. So yeah, we know it's gonna happen. They've been wanting to do this, do a big blow off match between Finn Balor and Edge. Do it here, put Balor over, send Edge packing. Or not packing, but like send him away with the L on his way out and whatever. And like, bro, it's gonna be funny to see. It's gonna be funny to see like when Edge gets into his contract and see if he can get the extra another deal, because like you know like Christian and Edge are talking to each other about like trying to get Christian to AEW, and they can do Edge and Christian as a tag team wrestling in that division. You know they've talked about that. You know they have.
I can't think of anything I want to see less. Or I'm sure I could think of things I want to see less, but this is low.
Like being in AEW, but so yeah. But anyway, yeah, man. I think they should have. a match.
Bro, there's gonna be so much in this shit. Like you remember the I Quit match they did with all the like extra shit. Like Beth Phoenix is gonna rip the cage door off or some shit. Rhea Ripley's probably gonna get involved. Damian Priest is gonna come up from under the ring.
Remember when Damian Priest was tagging with Bad Bunny and he looked like the next guy? Remember that? Remember those days?
They were like, they're not gonna push him. He's as old as the guys they already have on top.
Waving. Hey, got the light from Will Smith. Hey, forget that you saw that. Yeah.
So
I think this will be, honestly, to me, in my opinion, Edge doesn't miss. He generally puts on a good match, and I think him and Finn Balor are going to put on a good, entertaining match, and it could go either way. I think it's going to be fun. I've heard rumors online about Gangrel showing up, which would be kind of hilarious to me. But there's going to be a good match. Actually, I'm going to say Finn Balor wins, but I honestly don't care.
Y'all was serious about about the Gangrel shit? Y'all was serious about that?
I saw that same rumor.
I saw it in most. I saw it in a few places, not just one. And it's like, I don't know if it's true. I mean, it could be, it could not, but I heard it.
If you want to add him to the interest when he comes out, sure, whatever. Give Gangrel a check. Who gives a shit? But in the match, stay the fuck away from the ring.
It's WrestleMania, and it's Triple H booking, man. It's like, he loves all the extra shit.
Singles match: Rey Mysterio versus Dominic Mysterio.
It's official now.
Yes,
I'm meeting Dom. He's been like my most improved wrestler as far as entertainment value. I'm like how he is in the ring, whatever. But no, I've loved this character that he's been playing. He's been playing it well. You've seen his personality. I've enjoyed it. So I'm really looking forward to this match just based on that. But yeah, he's got to put Rey Mysterio down. Daddy gotta go down. This is a Western, and the old guy gotta lose.
Can you explain how they got to get Ray to agree to the match? I saw they did something like a week ago. On SmackDown,
he told his mom to shut up.
Oh, shit.
And he disrespected.
She didn't pull off
it was like this is from JR. This is from JR. He said this was the most.
She didn't hit his ass with one of these. She did not hit his ass with one of these chanclas. Yes, one straight from Walmart. She didn't pull out the chancla and whop that nigga for saying that shit, talking out his mouth spicy. What's going on out here?
Yes. JR said this is the most Mexican reason for a dad to fight his son ever. I was like, he disrespected his mama. Now I gotta bust you up. That's my wife.
So the other one, the fur on the inside on you boys,
Yes. No. I'm looking forward to this match. Complete. I think this is going to be a great wrestling match. No, I think it's going to be fun. I think they've been planning this match since Dominic was like 4. So I know they know exactly what they want to do, and it should be fun.
Remember that whole rant a couple weeks ago where I talked about Rey Mysterio, and I was like, I wish they actually gave him some shit that I care about, and
this ain't it.
This is not it, Chief.
The bell has to ring.
Yeah. Can Ray just beat him with a belt? I think I'd rather watch that.
So CM Punk posted a picture of Ray in the ring with his kid. He said, "I've been wanting to kick his ass for 13 years."
Oh my god! Look, man. I'm interested to see how Dominic gets his heat on Ray, but outside of that, I don't really have much for this match. Obviously it's a match that I think some people will have interest in because of the dynamic of father-son. But it's just I just know Dominic is not to the level of being on WrestleMania wrestling Rey Mysterio Jr. And it's for me, it's just like, this is ridiculous, but whatever. He's over to an extent, but the bell has to ring and he's going to have to be in there and he's going to have to hold up his end of the bargain against one of the greatest to ever do it. So I just don't trust it.
I've
Triple
never
H
doubted
better not
Dominic's
book
ability.
no son beating their father's ass. Like this should not happen. Like,
No, it definitely has to happen.
Do you
gotta
remember?
be Dom.
Hell no. Like
Rich, do you remember
trying to fight your dad?
the
That
Last
shit
Dance
don't.
documentary? The Last Dance documentary during the pandemic.
Yep.
And it's the 98 Survivor Series. The 98 All-Star Game at Madison Square Garden. And, Larry Bird's the coach of the Eastern Conference. He's the coach of the Pacers. And then all of a sudden, it's Jordan's last All-Star game, we think anyway. And then all of a sudden, Magic Johnson comes to the Eastern Conference locker room. And they looking like, like some ALNL shit. Like, the fuck you doing in here? Right?
Yep.
And then all of a sudden,
I'm retired.
And then Magic Johnson's like, because like, you old Western Conference ass nigga, what are you doing here? He's in like, because the whole time
we don't have that nowadays.
This is Kobe, and this is KG's, an All-Star game, and it's like a new wave of talent. There's new guards taking over, right? And like Magic Johnson's like, I went to old school, basically. so like Triple H booking this shit. He's like, and you saying like, yeah, he better not have no dad loose with his father. He needs to be like Magic Johnson. I went to old school. We right. That's exactly what needs to happen. Us, the 90s, still going over, all's on top. We don't lose to our sons. We don't put our sons over and nothing.
I'm going to disappoint you even more. After Don wins, Ray's is going to take off his mask and handed it to him, and that's how he's going to walk off into the sun.
That's a turn the television off moment.
Yeah,
oh my god!
I'll leave where I'm at on that one.
Well, you're going to leave because that's what's going to happen. Because that's how Ray wants it.
Nah.
Look, you see why these niggas don't need creative control?
Right.
I think like Ray's been booking. He's been saying this for like years. I mean, this is not me. This is not me. Like, oh, I'm guessing. This is what he said is gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yo, there's a fatal 4-way match of get all these niggas on the card. Excuse me, there are 2 fatal 4-way matches. Oh, get these men and women on the card.
They deserve it. They all deserve a spot.
Braun Strowman and Ricochet versus the Street Profits versus the Alpha Academy versus the Viking Raiders.
I thought we had Andre Battle Royals for this.
That's
Andre Battle Royal is on SmackDown.
I know it's on SmackDown.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be. It used to not be. You get my drift?
Yeah.
Man,
no, I think they realized that there are not enough women to do it, so they don't do it anymore.
That's true.
Say again?
It's just not they don't so they don't want to put the Andre on WrestleMania because if the Andre's on WrestleMania, you need the women's version. They don't have enough women to do a Battle Royal. So they put the Andre on SmackDown, then do the Fatal 4-Way. They do a men's version and a women's version. And this is how you get all the people on the card.
Yikes.
Okay.
And then the women's lineup is Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. They are a team.
Yeah.
So like Liv has switched out Rhea for Raquel this year. Natalya and Shotzi will be teaming up. Ronda Rousey, Broken Arm, and Shayna Baszler, and then Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Yeah, I think something happened with Carmella because this was originally supposed to be Carmella's spot, and then they wrote her off the show last week with Chelsea Green. They were kind of going to be like the Karens kind of thing, and then they wrote Carmella off, and then they seemingly replaced her with Sonya this week. Who Sonya honestly has been kind of playing this similar role as Chelsea forever. All she does is complain to Adam Pearce until she gets something, and then she loses. So. I mean, they do play similar characters, so I'm not saying it makes sense because I mean that's not a requirement, but it kind of goes together.
And funny how Ronda Rousey and Liv Morgan, after that terrible feud, have ended up in this nothing match together. This is just fitting.
Didn't I see Ronda Rousey talking about her thing with Liv Morgan recently?
Yes.
Yes. No, the crazy thing is. And the crazy thing is, when they had talk about the WWE machine, if you come to WWE, we're going to make you a bigger star. Ronda Rousey is the antithesis of this. I have never seen someone get under as much as I've seen her get under. It's like, oh my God, I was so excited. I'm at WrestleMania 34, got the Ronda Rousey shirt on, the Rowdy shirt, and I'm like, yeah, taking pictures with people. Man, she's going to be the next evolution of women's wrestling. No, she was not. That is a lie. She was terrible. Terrible. Yes, I made that up. You're like, you get that draft pick, get that draft pick and you fail. That was my draft pick. It failed. It was a bust. It was the bust.
Can Liv Morgan take the pin in this match, please?
Sure. Why not?
Can they do that for me?
Ronda,
just to cap the year off of like not winning.
So like,
I love me.
So Floyd talked about how far Ronda Rousey as a star has tumbled, and like the only thing I can think about is like the instrumental to T.I. Tell Him I Said That, where it's like down, 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 down. Like all she's the whole time, this shit just going down, down, down.
Look,
we were talking about
how does the song for Nelly put out called Country Grammar? It's going down, down, baby.
Brother, it's going down like Young Jock standing on the Titanic. Rich.
It's so crazy. I've even said that this woman grew up the hugest fan. She's like, Roddy Piper is her favorite wrestler, and she can't string together 5 words.
Yeah,
how does that work?
You remember that Cameron song?
Dude,
down, down,
man,
down, down.
It's
like,
I get
dude,
you. I get you mean.
I was Team Ronda. I was it. I was waving that flag. Yeah, come on, Ronda.
Thin skin, never, and then they booed her that in her town, and she took to heart that like during this fake shit happening, they booed her, and like she took it for real, and she basically just shut down mentally from there. And quite frankly, that Jon Moxley promo about CM Punk has gotten a lot of play this past week, but you can apply it. Weak mind, weak body, weak spirit.
Yeah.
And then the men's match.
I said, you saw I pointed and fucked up, right? I said weak mind. I said weak body and put it to my mind.
Weak body, I was just gonna let that slide. But,
let that slide. Y'all gotta clown me for that because that needs to go on best of, because somebody watching is gonna be like, look at this nigga. What is that? He fucked it up. Yeah, I caught it. I fucked it up. Players fuck up. It happens.
Then this men's match, Braun Strowman and Ricochet are gonna win.
I would think so.
I mean, I know
Can they do the Street Profits like split here? Like,
I know they neither one of them want to split, but it's just like, this is wrestling. One of you's gonna have to turn heel. I don't care which one of you is. One of you's gonna have to jump the other, because there was either put the titles on you or split you up. That's it. Dawkins.
I think they got to do something else.
I actually like Dawkins, but he's like this big ass anchor holding Montez forward down. Let him go. Let it go. Maybe they look at each other and say, maybe they do the draft and they go to different shows or whatever the hell they do. It's just, it's run its course. I mean, you lose to the Usos like 3 pay-per-views in a row, and then you can't ever challenge them again. They killed you. You're done. You're done as a tag team. Go away.
And also, like, the belts are on both belts are on one tag team.
Again, I mean, they would be my Seth Rollins in this. The tag belts being unified has not affected anyone as much as it affected the Street Profits.
It's way up there, yeah.
Like, they should have these guys racing to see whatever secondary championship they can win if they're on the same brand. Like, either like have them both get in there with Gunther or whoever is the U.S. champion after WrestleMania, like, and see, and then like eventually they feud over that shit. Like, I don't know.
I mean, it would be a good story for Montez Ford to lose Austin Theory in the in efforts to build up Austin Theory credibility to beat John Cena. He beats John Cena, and then later Montez chases him down and surpasses him. But that's too Japanese. surpassing somebody, just, what does that mean? Sound like a dork. So whatever.
Those are all the matches that we have confirmed here for WrestleMania. So that's your WrestleMania preview.
I'm excited to be there. Excited to be at the show. I hate LA though, and I've never been there.
Floyd, is there a way that you can record your the face cam, the front facing cam, recording or streaming your reaction to the main event? Because I kind of find that more compelling to watch than actually the main event.
I need the Floyd camera on the television.
I literally want to do it, but I am going to be so nervous during this match for the results, for everything that goes on. My hand is probably
the magic of it, baby. That's the magic.
You're gonna be like, is Floyd even there? Is Floyd even there? Because my hands are gonna be shaking. And then when he wins, it's just gonna be like, all you're gonna hear is the phone hit the ground. Oh fuck. Oh fuck, he actually won. Oh fuck, he actually won. They actually put the belt on him. Because as much as I think it's gonna happen, I want it to happen, I'm gonna be shocked that it actually happens. Because all wrestling logic says you don't take the mid-card guy from the other company and put him over your world champion. That's just stupid. It's stupid. You don't do that.
If this was happening in reverse, this would be getting crucified.
Yes, you don't do this.
Kind of, but then you think of maybe it's not exactly apples to oranges, because WCW is a different era, but Stone Cold or Steve Austin was a mid-carder in WCW.
But you remember
you
that
can go to WWE and do it. If you do it the other way, say Austin Theory, or I don't know. I'm trying to
look at Stone Cold.
Montez Ford. Let's say Montez.
Yeah, I was like, look at Stone Cold's build over that. They literally took years to get the title on him from coming over to WCW. Cody literally debuted in last year's WrestleMania. A year and 2 days later, he's undefeated and wins your world title? Are you serious?
Floyd.
Is that really going to happen?
Worldwide, you'd be surprised at the amount of restraint that WWE has actually had with Cody compared to, let's say, Jake Lee and Noah, who showed up on New Year's Day at their biggest event of the year, got no reaction, has a history of not drawing or being over as a main eventer when he was in All Japan, and transfers over, and then he becomes a champion and beats the guy that actually been set up over the last year to be the guy, and the crowd was having nothing to do with him winning, and the crowd didn't show up to buy tickets to see him win.
Cody, they're going to go nuts for Cody to win. I mean, that's what everybody wants.
He's doing much better than Jake Lee.
Yeah, everybody wants that. That's what the crowd is going. And it's like, do they get the heat if Roman wins? Absolutely. But that heat better be building to something. Because
I still feel like there's a large Roman Reigns contingent that would be perfectly fine with sticking it to Cody and proxy AEW, and don't really see all the hype here. I don't know, man. And I feel like it's really up in the air, which is a good sign.
If I'm the booker, if I'm Triple H, Roman beats Cody in 17 minutes clean. Just to send a message. Roman beats Cody in 17 minutes clean to send a message.
With no
that dude
cheating.
ain't on the level. Yep, no cheating.
God.
That dude's just not on the level. And that's what I do, because it's for the people that are crossover fans, which we try to pretend like there's not any, but there are a lot of crossover fans. This man Carter is coming to win the WWE title, undisputed title.
Triple H catch Cody right before he goes through the curtain. It's time for the receipt, pal.
I got 2 words for you. Plans change.
It's time for the receipt. Call an audible on this nigga. Like, send him out there. Squashed.
So I gave some scenarios a few weeks ago in Social Suplex thread about has Cody prepared himself. And some were like this. It was like, has Cody prepared himself for the Samoan cousins he didn't even know about? Has he prepared for Brandy to show up and screw him over because he was too busy to help raise that kid? Has he prepared himself to learn that he didn't get deep enough of a tan? has he prepared himself when he realized that Heyman and Vince have both snuck out of Gorilla together while he was in there getting his pump with the Resistance Band? I just wonder if he's prepared for all these things. It's gonna be a tough few hours leading up to it, and it'll be
Meltzer.
It's up in the air, seemingly. Seems up in the
Meltzer has made these two words famous. Is he prepared for plans changed? That's it.
Man.
We're selling a company. We need a face of the company to sell it. Roman's a better face than you.
As a bad guy, what the fuck? That's how we should end it right there.
We wrap it up.
Oh, Floyd, thanks for coming on, man.
Dude, it is my
pleasure.
pleasure.
Please give us your plugs.
Dude, so you can follow me at Floyd Johnson Jr. It says FTR Express, so you want to hear about the gospel of everything FTR Bald, you can come my way. And you can follow us at AT Elite Pod. That is where you'll see all things Elite. We've been trying to steadily record on Wednesday to come out on Thursday. Austin's a busy man. He's actually got a real job in sports, so it really does make it hard to actually record a lot of times. But we're gonna fun this week. We're gonna actually do an in-depth preview of ROH Supercard Honor. I'm gonna be in the building for that, and I've actually been watching ROH. Haven't missed the show, so I can kind of fill you in on what the stories are, and that should be fun.
Yes. We kind of skimmed over and we talked about Vikingo versus Commander, but like Supercard Honor is stiked.
It looks like it's the show of the.
It's only missing one thing. FTR. FTR. I mean, I'm just saying they were the last tag team champions before the current ones. How are they not in the match?
Maybe
that's all I'm saying.
Be in the match out of respect.
Honestly, let me be honest. Probably, it's like.
I mean, when I think of ladder matches, I don't really necessarily think of.
Yeah, I don't really want to see somebody that wears has a whole career wearing a knee brace in a ladder match.
Hey, bust out a chin lock right in the middle of the ladder match. I love it. Wrestling. You know what I'm talking about.
How dare you? The disrespect.
Work a hold, baby. Work a hold.
Stomp the dog shit out that nigga for doing this shit. What are you? Like, you remember the ladder match, the tag team ladder match at Takeover 25, where it had the Forgotten Sons in it, and then Gunner's name was at the time that got fired last year.
Jackson Riker.
Jackson Riker got his ass in there. He was like the Terminator. You couldn't destroy him, and then eventually Kyle
everybody just jumped him,
and Montez and them they stomped the dog. He caught it was like 12 or like 6 of them. He caught the beats from 12 feet. That's exactly what should happen when you slap on a chin hold in the middle of the ring in a ladder match. That's what you should get stomped on.
The
dog with his ass.
Lucha Bros and a ladder. Sign me up. Yeah. That's all. Top flight. That's all. Yeah, I mean, you can add everybody else in, but if you give me Ray Phoenix, Pentagon, and a ladder, I don't care who's on the other side. Yeah. Oh yeah. I want Ozzy. I'm actually personally rooting for Ozzy Open, but
Yeah,
sure. Why not?
Shibata versus Wheeler in a pure rules match, out the sky, just falls upon our laps. Like, yeah, man, fun show. Athena versus is Yuka, right? Yuka Sakazaki,
yep.
Yeah, Athena, who had a great match, and was that her first match in ROH on ROH television?
Athena wrestled Will Nightingale in the main event of the second episode.
Okay, the second episode. Okay, yeah, like she's on a roll. Yuka just came off of the POP belt, so at this point now, like
Emmy is this week. Yep.
Yeah. Like, so it seems to me like with Tokyo Joshi Pro is like they always want to make Yuka or Miyu the champion, and they kind of want to not be the champion so they can go away and go overseas and wrestle in the UK and the US and this little belt y'all want us to hold. We tired of it. Give it to someone else. We want out of here to go, make money selling merch overseas. That's what it seems like now at this point.
Would you look at that?
Yeah. But yeah, great. It was like a great watching. I enjoy watching it.
What is Mayu Iwatani up to? Me and JR was talking about it earlier, and neither one of us knew.
Oh, brother. So, okay. So what's happening with Mayu is, the IWGP Women's title is being defended at Sakura Genesis on the 8th of April, and it's a three-way match. It's Mercedes versus Suzuki versus Azumi. So what a lot of people believe is that Mercedes' last date with New Japan is Yokohama Arena for the Stardom show, and the presumable challenger is Mayu. So people believe that Mayu will get the IWGP belt there. It's a great possibility it happens, but things could change. They could, give Mercedes more dates, or one side or either side can say we want more, and then the other side agree to it. But it seems like that's kind of the plan. Is Mercedes gets a match with Mercedes gets a match with Mayu at Yokohama Arena, in one of the marquee matches, and they had her match, and Mayu gets the belt, and then she basically goes from there to help promote the movie that's coming out about her towards the end of the year. So,
okay. I was hoping to see her in ROH sooner or later with Athena, but probably maybe not.
Probably not. Probably not. Stardom has just been we don't everybody keeps asking about when is Stardom going to get in on this Forbidden Door stuff, or have people show up on AEW or whatever else, and pretty much since 2022, the plan has been Nihon first. We are worried about dominating our domestic land, and they have done a great job. That's why number 2 promotion in the country now. And all the other stuff about international fandom, whatever else, that is, I won't even say secondary, it's tertiary.
All right.
So they'll worry about that if and when or whatever else. But right now they're trying to pack 5,000-6,000 people into Yokohama Arena. So that's kind of the plan right now.
All right. Well, that answers my question. I knew who to ask.
The doctor.
All right, so that's on that note. I guess that's when we'll end the show. Thanks for listening, y'all. Be sure to rate us on whatever app you're using. Listen to this. If you're watching from the stream, you can find the places or the links to the Cash App and the PayPal there. If you are listening to the podcast, you can go to the show notes or descriptions and find our link to the Royal Circle there. You can donate there, and be sure to listen to the other shows on the network. Besides One Nation Radio, we have Keepin It Strong Style, the Ricky and Clive Wrestling Show, Grown Men Watch This Shit, The Grave Consequences podcast, all things elite, 8-bit suplex, great match generator, get in the ring, and meet the press slam. Thanks for listening, y'all. Later.
Peace.